Rod, what is the next name on your list?
Bob, it's none other than Albert Deercoast. Come on down. You're the next contestant on this Price is Right special.
Albert, you have a rather studious look about you with all that beautiful gray hair and that beard. You might be a poet.
No.
No, you're not a poet. What do you do, Albert?
I'm semi-retired. I do a lot of fishing, plus after 8 kids.
You have 8 kids?
Yes.
Well, that explains
Well,
what you do then, doesn't it, Albert? All right, what is the next item up for bids and the price is right?
A pair of comfortable recliners. Berkline's Wallaway recliner is traditionally styled and fully reclines when placed within 3 inches of a wall. Feather glide mechanism permits effortless reclining without a handle from Berkline, Bob.
And the first bid in the chairs by a father of 8, Albert.
$750.
His bid is $750. Michelle, what do you say?
$850.
$850. Trina, it's your turn.
$900.
$900, and I wonder what we have from Kimberly?
$1,000.
$1,000. Ladies and gentlemen, the actual retail price is $1,300, and the winner is Kimberly. Hi, Kimberly. Thank you. Now, Kimberly, I have already tried to give Ronald of Homer, Louisiana, an automobile, haven't I?
Mm-hmm.
I tell you tonight, we are not fooling around. Rod, tell her what we're going to try to give her.
Okay, Bob, Kimberly, you are going to play Plinko with a chance to win up to $25,000 in cash.
That's right, $25,000. Come on, let's go back.
Hey, you guys want to help me with something real fast?
What's up?
A friend of mine got dished by his pirate and needs me to summon out of a jam.
Sure, I'll help.
Well, let's get the selling portal going.
Well, follow me.
Chase him, please.
Alright, what's gonna happen here? I'm gonna bend space and time itself to open a portal to another far-off land in front of me.
Wow.
All you have to do is touch it when it opens up. And don't move. No one moves until it's summoned. Got it?
Okay, sounds easy.
You too, short round.
I got it.
Alright. Oh, God!
I thought we were done.
Okay.
Sorry.
We're still good.
I had to go.
We're gonna do this again. One more time. Now remember, no moving. This is not rocket science, people.
Son of a... That's what I'm talking about.
Sit next to Mama.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know you want it. Raw. How about a little... Huh? What the... No.
Welcome to Ironforge.
Ironforge?
You want to join my guild?
I rule you.
What the hell is the matter with you people? You show a friendly gesture and everybody gets all into it.
Obey me, Wario. I am your master. Mario is your enemy.
The wicked imposter Wario has cast an evil spell over Mario Land.
Don't let Mario get the 6 golden coins. Don't let Mario reach the palace.
Photography, you get the really neat, the 70mm film frame that lights up on your wall just by pushing the button. And
right there.
Yeah.
Right there on the bottom. Push
Cool.
that.
Cool.
Needs 2 AA batteries, which you provide, and that's it. So you have a real, one-of-a-kind piece of artwork. And there, that scene from the Planet Hoth. What an incredible opening to a film that was. I mean, I didn't think anything could open more dramatically than the first movie until I saw the second movie, and then likewise until I saw the third movie. And stay with us because we have some information on the prequel coming up. And you've been up to some wild things. Later on the show, we're going to be talking about what's happening worldwide in the world of Star Wars. And
when we get to the videos, I mean, it's just amazing how people all over the world have been so excited waiting for these videos. And here's a chance to get another piece of the making of the film, because these pieces by Ralph McQuarrie were actually very essential to the making of the film, to the design of the film. These were used by the production designers and the prop builders over in England. Now, usually you have a film that's designed and paintings are done or storyboards are done, and then they go ahead and they do sort of what they want, or they do something that's going to be fairly easy to do. But in this case, George loved this so much, this really became the blueprint for the props, the models, the matte paintings, some of which Ralph himself did, actually.
Look at the intricacy. I can see why you're attracted to Bespin.
I just, you know, I love architecture, and this to me was sort of futuristic and art moderne at the same time.
How long? I mean, look at each individual light. I mean, that thing just glows. That's wonderful. Signed by Ralph McQuarrie. A very difficult autograph to get, even though he's starting to pop out to the conventions these days. Very difficult autograph to get. Limited, numbered edition, but that one-time only price. We have a lot of new customers who are joining us. In fact, Blair and Martin are. How many new customers have joined us just since? I want to welcome the 300 new customers who have joined us.
When one of these volunteers gets a cold or allergy, should she take a medicine that can cause drowsiness or Sudafed 12-hour? It relieves nasal congestion all day and lets you stay alert. Sudafed 12-hour.
The magic of this movie is that Willis is quite convincing as the lone soldier triumphing over stupid bureaucrats and tracking down the bad guys.
Eventually, late in the picture, we get, when she does a cover, we get it. But if you're going to make her a photographer...
Well, I think there's a lot about her, Rod. For example, there are the photos that she thinks are phony and the photos that she thinks are real. And at the end, when one cover is rejected and the other one is chosen, it makes a real statement about what that woman was about.
Long, long away, in a galaxy far, far ago, those two guys from Andromeda decided to rid the universe of boring software space games. They had a cosmic concept, a vulcanized vision, and perhaps a little too much free time. Emanating from their cerebral cavities came forth the Space Quest series with Roger Wilco, intergalactic sanitary engineer. Now the 3D adventure game continues with Space Quest 3, The Pirates of Pestilence. Once you've donned the space boots of Roger Wilco, it's up to you to save the universally acclaimed software authors, those two guys from Andromeda, from a fate worse than death. Spare these space dudes from churning out dull, mindless arcade games for the disreputable software company Scumsoft. To save our heroes from software slavery, you must travel to many strange and interesting planets, and perhaps sample some of the best cosmic cuisine in the galaxy. Eat hearty, though. You're going to need all the strength you can muster to hang on through this 3D adventure.
Meanwhile, in the dingy basement of Scumsoft, we find the two guys from Andromeda.
Really? So what do you think of the new Chicken Quest? Fabulous, JB, fabulous. You think it's gonna sell? Oh yeah, like hotcakes. Big bucks, huh? Big bucks, big bucks.
Underused garments, particularly in this era of casual Fridays, is the sport coat. This season, we're offering a wool Shetland sport coat for $140. This coat has extreme versatility. It can be worn with a wool slack, with a pair of cotton pants, or even a pair of jeans. Your customer is going to extend his clothing dollars. I guarantee it.
To speak to the store nearest you, call 1-800-776-SUIT.
To create some fascination, you must rise to the occasion and elevate your toppings with a Ritz. At party time or at supper, it's the only Ritz it upper. So elevate your toppings with a Ritz. Make special taste better still. Put your topping on a pedestal. When you elevate your toppings with a Ritz.
Going through
that's the so-called sexy part, yes.
And forget about that. They could have done without that character, told the rest in chronological order, had more of the Caesar character, and had a much better movie. To me, the structure is what sabotages the effect of this film.
I think it's a very powerful film, despite the structure. I think that audiences will be thinking not about Howard Rollins at the end of this film, but about the Adolf Caesar character, that sergeant. That is a character worth remembering. I'm glad I met him in this fine film. Our next film is Love Streams, another troubling, joyful, strange, moody film from John Cassavetes, one of the most challenging, original, but sometimes often repetitive American filmmakers working today. Love Streams features the usual Cassavetes road company of himself, his wife Jenna Rollins, and Seymour Cassell in the story of a deeply troubled divorced woman, played by Jenna Rollins, and her brother Cassavetes, a self-destructive Hollywood writer. He's divorced too. And one of the most touching moments in this film is when he meets his young son for the very first time.
I need a picture of you. My father tore it up. My mother cried. And they had a big fight, and he hit her. And they changed my name to Albie Swanson, my kids. And my mother cries all the time thinking about you. Please come back to her.
She sleeps with another man every night, you know. You know what that means, right? And she has had a baby by another man. So that part of is over. I don't like women anyway, you know. I really don't. I like kids. And I like older people. Because they seem to have the secret.
Only the minivan store has the new Plymouth Voyager, roomier Grand Voyager, and luxurious Chrysler Town & Country. All with dual airbags and reclining integrated child safety seats with more available safety features than ever. For our safest minivans ever, come to the
New Soft Soap Fruit Essentials Scented Body Wash. Juicy from head to toe.
Been bitter conflict about tobacco issues. Isn't it time to move forward? Here's what the tobacco companies have agreed to do to achieve a reasonable tobacco settlement. The tobacco industry will pay $500 million a year for an independent public education campaign to reduce youth smoking, and billions of dollars that can be spent on health care. Disclosure to the FDA about the health effects of tobacco products. An end to all outdoor tobacco advertising. No cigarette vending machines. Larger, more prominent warning labels on cigarettes. In return for these payments and concessions, what do the tobacco companies get? They don't get immunity. Class action lawsuits are settled now and not allowed in the future, but individuals can still sue tobacco companies for actual damages, and there are no limits on punitive damages for future conduct. The tobacco settlement, a unique opportunity to end the conflict and move forward. Get the facts for yourself. Call 1-800-556-9969.
It's time you expected more from an insurance company.
So call Progressive Auto Insurance, and we can give you our low price, plus the rates for up to 3 leading competitors. And that could save you hundreds.
We want you to save money, even if it's not with us.
It's time you expected an easier way to buy car insurance. Because at Progressive.com, you can get a quote and buy a policy instantly. In fact, our website is so fast and easy to use, it's been rated #1 4 times in a row. It's time you expected faster claim service. At Progressive, our immediate response vehicles can come right to you. They're like a claims office on wheels.
We make getting back on the road fast and easy.
Visit Progressive.com or call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE today for fast, friendly service 24 hours a day. We want you to save money, even if it's not with us.
Okay, maybe we're not changing the world, but we are changing the way people buy car insurance.
You could start saving now. Call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE or visit Progressive.com. Progressive, not what you'd expect from an insurance company.
Face mask call, but Blades had a hold of the jersey at the throat, not the face mask.
And when he threw him down, he was inbounds.
He was inbounds. Yes, he was. That's good physical football. You don't want to let him come down there and catch a cheapy one. Make him pay a little bit.
First down at the 35, moving on the 5-minute mark, time remaining third quarter. Here's the reverse with Blades, a speedster. Outstanding defensive play. And that was Bert Grossman who halted the proceedings. He did not make the stop, but he clogged the works up.
Bert Grossman right here is going to burst upfield, and he's not going to bite on this play away. Watch him right here. Gets upfield quickly and gets enough of Blades to slow him down. Great athletic ability just to get his balance back, but slowing him down that much kept him from breaking to the outside and making the big play. Good play, good speed by Grossman, who runs a 4.65 40. Pretty quick for a rookie.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. San Diego shows blitz, and the blitz man was in the neutral zone. There was a fumble. Chargers have it, but they're going to give the ball back to Seattle, I'm sure. Was it Vincey Glenn that was leaning in?
I believe it was. It looked like Vincey Glenn breaking in from the top, and he just lined up right there offside.
Number 25, offside.
It was.
5-yard penalty. Replay the second half.
Look at him right in the middle of the screen, leaning way over. You want to try and intimidate that quarterback a little bit when you jump up into that gap, but you don't want to get that far over, Charlie. I mean, there's no question. Half his body was hanging over the football.
2nd and 2. Ball at the 27-yard line of San Diego.
This is the Barbie Folding Funhouse I built. This is the bedroom with the beautiful bed in the Barbie Folding Funhouse I built. The bed turns into a sofa. This is the living room that has a real love seat next to the bedroom in the Barbie Folding Funhouse I built. This is the picnic table on the patio that has a real street lamp that really lights up. Wow! Outside the living room that's next to the bedroom in the Barbie Folding Funhouse I built.
Light Bright, the toy that lets you create beautiful pictures with light. Work with colorful pegs that glow with light, light bulb not included. Make people, animals, things, and with refills, Bugs Bunny or Bozo the Clown. You can make lots of pretty pictures with Light Bright from Hasbro.
Only Atari makes the world's most popular home video games. The only Space Invaders. The only Asteroids. The only Pac-Man. The only Missile Command. And soon, the only Defender. And the only way you can play any of them is on a home video system made by Atari.
Happy play Atari today.
And now we return to Up with Human Beings.
Hi, kids, and welcome back to Up with Human Beings. Today, we've got a little extra time at the end of our show, so I'd like to get serious for just a moment. Remember, kids, you're all winners out there, and we all know that winners say no to drugs. And they say no to anything a stranger offers them, whether it's candy or a ride in their car. Right, gang?
Right.
Still more time. Okay, well, there are so many things to be careful about, kids. Peter, give us another Up with Human Beings no-no.
Well, you really shouldn't drink.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you shouldn't drink until you've remembered this rhyme. Whiskey before beer, never fear. Beer before whiskey, always risky.
Okay, good, Peter. That's a great thought for the kids. Now, remember, parents, before you call to complain, Peter comes from a dysfunctional family. He's working very hard on controlling his sometimes inappropriate remarks. Now, Alex, maybe you could do better.
Sure. Remember, kids, don't smoke. But if you do smoke, try Carlton's.
Oh, well, that's much better. Becky?
Remember, don't play with guns. But if you do happen to shoot someone outside your house, be sure to drag him back inside before the police arrive.
What was it? Yeah, just say no to drugs, because it's like stupid, man.
That's right.
Remember to love and obey your parents, but if they do something you don't like, get a lawyer and sue their butts off.
Sue their butts off. Well, I guess that's not bad coming from a borderline psychotic.
Thanks, Steve.
Okay, well, we must be out of time now, right? Well, how much? We gotta cut. How much?
Steve, I'd like to try another one.
Well, why the hell not? What harm could it possibly do now?
Right. Remember, don't have sex until you're ready.
You're watching the Coors Light Channel.
See, people? That's why we don't sell them like that.
It's Mr. Smooth, looking good.
Oh, my O's were closed.
And now a Coors Light party prank. Coors Light Channel.
I believe there is, believe me. First down on Freeman McNeil's 8-yard carry. O'Brien just does get it off to McNeil. 40 and a first down at the 45. Michael Jackson pushed him out of bounds.
What a nice play and a good reaction by O'Brien. Now, what they've tried to get O'Brien to do is not to break out of that pocket, to stay with the play until he's sure that it's gone, and then to scramble if he has to make a reaction, which he does here. McNeil able to corral that football, get downfield, and that's just like a handoff for him. He knows how to get it down there and pick up the first down.
At the 45-yard line, you see good average, over 13 yards per reception for McNeil. Ooh. Rock hard hit at the 49-yard line delivered by Keith Butler, and McNeil earns 4.
He's running in pain. You'll see him right there, and you can see that those bulky pads which he's wearing to try and protect those ribs. They'll give him some rest today. I said, Freeman, how will that bother you in the game today? He said, look, he said, I hurt, but he said, I'm going to go out and try and get as much done as I can.
On second down and 6, Johnny Hector comes in. Dennis Blygen just activated this week. Blygen from St. John's. And he's into Seattle territory, the first invasion by the Jets of the afternoon.
Seattle has had a few problems defeating a few teams as well, Dick. We didn't want to make it look like the Jets are the only team that has had some unbeatens. There are teams that Seattle has never been able to defeat, and of course in their they have a relatively short history, so the numbers are not high. Dallas and the Indianapolis Colts, a bit of a surprise there. The Rams, Miami, and a couple more for you.
3rd and 2. And too much time.
Star Planet. You can create cool looks and express yourself with your profile and art book. You and your friends can even make your own movies. Become a star on moviestarplanet.com. Parents must be involved during sign-up. Payment is necessary for some activities.
Is your child protected for the future? Gerber, the baby people you've known since you were an infant, offers you a way to help with that protection through their Grow Up Plan for Children. It's a $5,000 cash value insurance program that costs less than 11 cents a day. At age 21, that protection doubles to $10,000 with absolutely no increase in premiums. In addition to automatically doubling at age 21, the plan also guarantees the right to $50,000 of insurance by age 28, regardless of health or occupation. So call now for your free information packet. Any healthy child 12 and under is eligible to apply. No medical examination is necessary. Simply answer a few questions. As a special feature, your first month's premium is $1. The Gerber Life Grow Up Plan.
To show you care, call now. Call 1-800-441-2400. The information package is free. There's no obligation. This offer is available to parents and grandparents only. That number again is 1-800-441-2400. 1-800-441-2400.
There's other competitors out there that have dealt with it in the past, like Nova Logic, but this is our first time with it. And it's very different than a typical game, obviously. We're making a product to the exact specifications of training for the U.S. Army. And it really makes a big difference. We're trying to actually have this be a learning product for them. And the U.S. Army has actually been using games for the last 200 years to train their troops, but never before have they actually commissioned a product on the console for this specific purpose. So it's new for the Army and it's new for us, but it's really exciting.
So we can't get a demo or anything?
No, I wish.
And it's like tactic strategies, basically.
Absolutely. What it's doing is it's teaching critical decision-making for squads and the commanders that command those squads inside of mount environments, which is, I just forgot what the acronym means, but essentially it's for dense urban environments. Imagine Black Hawk Down. Coming out of that experience, the Army wanted to try to come up with some kind of products or tools that will teach them to deal with those kind of situations. We're not teaching soldiers how to fire a gun or to maneuver a tank. Right. We're teaching them how to think critically in those kind of situations.
Well, we've got a question from chat,
Okay.
Josh. I'm Gringo, by the way.
Okay.
Okay, the question is from Postal, and he wants to know, will there be hope of a Battlezone 3?
I have to tell you, Battlezone, and of course I'm biased, is one of my all-time favorite games. It was a very, very unique product. Unfortunately, it didn't sell a couple million units, but it was a great, great game.
If you were to make the game, what console would it be for? Which consoles would you like to see it there?
I would probably say the Xbox and the PlayStation 2 would probably be the best homes for it. And I would love to do a Battlezone 3 out there. So if any publisher wants me to do it, please call.
I would like you to do it too.
Okay, well, great.
All right, we actually have a call as well. Caller, what's up?
Hey.
Hey, you got a question for Josh?
Yeah, Josh, this is Josh.
Hey, Josh. Good name.
Hey, I got a question for you about the military game you're doing.
Yeah, you got it.
What's more challenging, doing something like that where it's reality-based, or doing something like Army Men where it's kind of, your own imagination is your only restriction? What's more challenging?
Card has a lower fee.
It gives you some more options.
I'm sure we've got a card that'll work for you. Whoever you are, American Express helps you do more.
Warte, ich helfe dir. Wir brauchen noch ein dickes Brett, so. Hol mal. Da. Und einen dicken Stein. Hol mal. Hier. Dachpappe brauchen wir auch. Hol mal im Keller. Ach, und eine Leiter. Hol mal eine Leiter.
So, Schnute, warte, das kann ich doch machen.
Nee, lass mal. Das ist zu schwer für dich. Das ist Männersache.
This is an Action News Brief, brought to you by AMCO.
Good evening, I'm Jackie Bales. Coming up on Action News tonight, an elderly Florida woman recalls her ordeal of terror while being held hostage on board the Aquile Lauro. Residents of Lake City are back in their homes tonight after a train derailment forced a major evacuation. And in Ybor City, they are celebrating tonight as a famous restaurant marks its 80th birthday. Now this.
Das hat Daddy gern und die Mami auch. Und es ist schon in vielen Familien Brauch. Alle mögen es sehr.
Wollen wir spielen, ja?
Es ist gar nicht schwer. Wer hat Lust, mit uns Pac-Man zu spielen? Wer hat schon mal Pac-Man gespielt?
Pac-Man.
Das ist das neue Videocomputerspiel nur von Atari.
Ja!
Und alle finden Pac-Man toll.
Wer hat schon Atari gespielt?
Computer Chronicles is made possible in part by the Software Publishers Association, which reminds you it's a federal offense to copy software, and by PC Connection, and Mac Connection, and by Byte Magazine, and Bix, the Byte Information Exchange.
By Windows Magazine, delivering desktop, enterprise, and internet computing news, reviews, features, and how-tos for a Windows world. Because the world runs on Windows.
The Old El Paso Challenge. Who can pick up the most pecani sauce per chip? Miss Pammy Jo Downey with Old El Paso thick and chunky pecani? Or heavyweight contender Randall Tex Cobb with Pace pecani?
You're toast, kid.
Ready, dip. Old El Paso thick and chunky's the clear winner. Pace is thin and runny.
I was robbed.
For more dip per chip and more taste per bite,
I want a rematch.
it's thick and chunky picante from Old El Paso, where taste runs wild.
The irony here since about 83 when I was the only practitioner of it, and I stopped because I was tired of being stared at.
He's great verbally and physically. Now, I know it's difficult for comic performances to get Oscar nominations, and it's nice that Robin Williams got one for Good Morning Vietnam. But in my opinion, Steve Martin's work was just as impressive, even more of a character stretch, I think, than Robin Williams. His only liability, as I see it, is that Williams' film came out in December and Roxanne was released in June, and that's why Steve Martin got overlooked.
And the Academy doesn't have long memories. I agree with you about Steve Martin. Another name in this category I missed was Mickey Rourke for Barfly. I think if you're comparing drunks, he played a better drunk than Jack Nicholson and certainly deserved the nomination more.
Yeah, but Steve Martin, isn't that disappointing?
It was kind of a surprise.
Me
right,
too.
Yeah.
Okay, now for the best nominees for Best Supporting Actress, and they are the Argentine actress Norma Alejandro as the devoted nanny in Gabby, a true story, the story of a poet and author who triumphed over cerebral palsy. Ann Archer, the loving, trusting wife of Michael Douglas in Fatal Attraction. Olympia Dukakis, the veteran New York stage actress, so funny as Cher's tough-as-nails Italian mother in Moonstruck. Anne Ramsey, the bulldog-faced and pitbull-tempered mother whose son, Danny DeVito, wants to kill her in the comedy Throw Mama from the Train. And finally, Ann Sothern, the veteran TV star who played Lillian Gish's and Betty Davis' neighbor and lifelong friend in the drama The Whales of August. Now, two surprises here for me, the two Anns, Ann Ramsey and Ann Sothern. Ann Ramsey was very funny in Throw Mama from the Train.
Who's this? This is Cousin Patty. He's going to be staying with us for a while. Isn't that nice? You don't have a Cousin Patty.
She's funny, but comedies, as we've said before, at least until this year, have been mostly stiff at Oscar time. Maybe the tide is shifting. As for Ann Sothern, she had a very small role. Here she talks to Lillian Gish in one of her few scenes in The Whales of August.
She started talking about dying. Dying? That woman is
Some people think their golf balls are the best, but this is where talk stops and performance begins. When Ben Hogan tests an Apex ball, he expects performance. There must be the unmistakable click of a ball well hit, as well as the distance he demands. Hogan also builds performance into his durable cover leader ball. The Ben Hogan line of golf balls gets you there. The Hogan line, performance golf balls from the company synonymous with perfection. The Ben Hogan Company.
Want a snack that's packed with color?
Trix yogurt.
Yep, with every flavor of Trix yogurt, you get a different combination of incredible colors.
So many colors, so many flavors. And this time, they'll be mine.
Fun flavors like strawberry banana bash and raspberry rainbow.
It's the rabbit! Silly rabbit, Trix are for kids.
Trix yogurt by Yoplait. Incredibly fun flavors packed with color.
TV.
What's he doing here?
A lonely grandfather, desperate to bring his family back together.
He came all the way to the desert where you couldn't ignore him.
My family turned their back on me. You've forgotten what they put us through?
Can these angels help a man let go of his anger?
This time I disown music.
And help another find peace?
My family is like broken china. I would like to see it put back together.
Before their time runs out.
It is never too late.
Touched by an Angel, tomorrow at 9 Eastern, 8 Central, only on PAX TV.
You'll survive. Later. Jake, keep an eye on him for me. Sure.
The easy-to-use Nokia 3650 camera phone with video recorder. The new twist of fate.
Shine with this gunk?
It's shine time. Ready, Teddy?
But this is dried egg.
Teddy Joy attacks even dried-on egg and cleans all the way to the shine.
The gunk's gone, and catch that shine.
What a lemon lie. Lemon Fresh Joy gets dishes so clean, they shine.
Little jam. Total chaos. Goofball. The kind you make and the kind you're friends with. And 9 touching moments you'll remember forever. Or until you try the other 4 kits. Sleepover Club. One fabulously fun sleepover in every box.
The flying footage in Top Gun is really terrific. There are 6 or 7 major dogfight sequences, and they are choreographed so well that most of the time we can actually even follow what's happening. It's when the movie is on the ground that it runs into trouble. The love story between Tom Cruise and Kelly McGillis is not only unnecessary, it's unconvincing. You could see it there. There's none of the romantic chemistry that made her scenes with Harrison Ford so electrifying in Witness. The whole relationship in this movie seems to have been written in as an afterthought, and the other relationships are awfully predictable. There's the hero's best buddy, and the rival that he hates, and the old man, and the old-timer who knew his dad, and somehow we've been here before. So I give the movie thumbs down despite the great action sequences.
Well, and I give it thumbs up because of the great action sequences, because they are magnificent.
Yes, they are.
They, as you say, these dogfights, I mean, this movie, and I think it's really a whole lot better than Firefox, and actually better than a film I have to admit, you know, one of my favorites, and yours too, The Right Stuff. I mean, this gives me a sense of what it is like to be in a plane traveling at these speeds, doing the maneuvers that they do. And how they accomplish this, I don't know, but it is masterful. I'm sure it'll win Academy Awards on a technical level. It's spectacular. I can't emphasize that enough. The love story, you're right. It's ridiculous. It's a pale imitation of An Officer and a Gentleman. Ridiculous. But it is. I can't deny that.
That's right. And, of course, Officer and a Gentleman, which was so interesting in terms of relationships,
it would be
points
better.
out the weaknesses here. I'm telling you, I was sitting there in the theater like almost being hot and cold.
That's right. That's exactly right.
They'd be up in the air, and it would be so exciting, and I'd be like this, and then suddenly they're down on the ground, and who cares what they're talking about or what's happening?
That's the love story. The only thing that I would say, the relationship between the flight instructor, Tom Skerritt, who, you know, we haven't seen him in a good movie since MASH. That's back in 1970. Yeah. Gee, I wish he were doing more films. I'm glad he's in this one. That I thought was interesting. The love story, garbage, but the flight sequences, you know what they ought to do? This is the greatest advertisement for the U.S. Navy ever. They ought to have a recruiting officer in the lobby of every theater. They would sign people up. It's that exciting.
Gee, I don't know who we get to do the show.
Biscuits, 1 egg McMuffin, 2 sausage muffins with egg, and 1 large OJ.
Are you sure you never did this before?
Thank you. Come again.
How'd it go?
I don't know how they ever got along without me.
Well, I could have told him that.
don't you?
Yeah, Babbitt. I want to eat. I love to eat.
Well, then, go up and get the bird out of that nest, and we'll eat.
But I don't want to hurt no bird. I like birds. I go hungry first.
What's the matter, Fraidy Cat? This is only a tiny little bird.
You mean a poor little dincy-wincy, itsy-bitsy defenseless bird?
Yes.
Let me at him! Let me at him! I'll get him, Babbitt! Gangway, I'll mortalize him! Let me at him!
Take it easy, take it easy.
Show him! Where's he get that stuff? Don't hold me back! I'll get him! I'll show him!
Come on, quit your fooling. Get up that ladder.
Push me, Abbott! Don't push me!
Come on.
I'm scared to go up high. I get hydrophobia. No, I don't want to come on. Don't push me. Oh, don't. You can't make me do it. You can't make me do it. He did it.
Come on, stupid. Get the bird.
Oh.
Give me the bird. Give me the bird.
If the Hayes office would only let me, I'd give him the bird, all right.
In the far reaches of the Milky Way.
Back for you later.
Fiona? It's coming.
Zoids will return in a moment.
David Brinkley. The New Hampshire primary could hold as many surprises as Iowa. Candidates Bob Dole and Albert Gore talk about their chances Sunday.
It shouldn't be difficult to buy an appliance, television, or VCR, but unfortunately, this is what you're likely to see. At M&L Appliance Town, I'm putting an end to all the confusion. Clearly and simply, we have the lowest price, guaranteed. At M&L Appliance Town, buy this 19-inch cable-ready remote control color TV, incredible at $178. Get more for less at M&L Appliance Town.
War this week at Blockbuster for a spy who's been betrayed, their alliance to cross, rules to break. Who is this man? And a reason to fight back. The Art of War, starring Wesley Snipes, rated R, rented on DVD or VHS this week at Blockbuster. Open New Year's Day.
Every day, Jack Taylor and Joe Donovan take the same road home. But today, they went a little out of their way.
Give you a hand.
Crisp taste of Beechwood-aged Budweiser.
This bird's
for all the guys who go out of their way.
This bird's for you. Just wanna eat tasty Teddy Grahams, scrumptious bunch of bite-sized bears. Your Teddy Grahams.
Graham snacks exploding with taste.
Count Micro Machine Man here. I live for the night, so I carry my own light, micro lights. Just touch them like so, they really glow. What a bright idea. You can try these Micro Machines lighted sound vehicle packs, each with an itty-bitty building, a real glowing emergency light, and 2 super sounds that sound so super. And you can check out these super micro lights with lights that glow and passengers to go. What do you know? Micro Machines, the real one, the original one. Micro Machines micro lights, lighted sound vehicles, and super micro light vehicle packs, each sold separately from Galoob.
Big job fair is coming up April 18th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. The Spring Expo 2000 is the largest job fair in Ohio with over 150 employers on hand to talk with you about your goals and their opportunities. There are literally thousands of jobs available, right?
Removes all the trees except a few, usually the best, left to naturally reseed the area. Gusting winds sweeping across these open sites frequently blow down all these separate trees. The fourth method, the one used most often today by the lumber industry, is clear cutting, where all the trees in a large area are removed. Every tree, no matter what size, is cut. 60% of all industry harvesting done today is by clear cutting. Quite simply, it's the most efficient and most economical way to get trees off the land. One needs fewer roads and less equipment to harvest an area. There is much controversy surrounding clear cutting. Industry argues that clear cutting is necessary to meet our constant demand for wood. Environmentalists charge that it's ecologically unsound, especially because it's used on all types of terrain. The question has been raised whether it might be illegal on the national forest where
everything else in the film.
Very good picture.
It's a very, very good picture. Okay, next movie. Our next movie is Dutch, which tells the story of a private war between a very angry young boy and a man who wants to be his friend. The movie stars Ed O'Neill, star of Married with Children on TV, as a guy named Dutch who's in love with the ex-wife of a millionaire. Her son is a spoiled rich kid filled with hostility, but Dutch figures he might be able to turn the kid around if he goes to pick him up at his private school and drive him home for Thanksgiving.
There's no better way for two guys to get to know each other than to spend a couple of days in a car.
That's Jo Beth Williams as the mother there. The kid, played by Ethan Randall, assaults Dutch with a golf club, but Dutch gets him to come along with him one way or another.
What do you like to do for fun? Well, you like to wiggle and grunt. Me too.
The movie turns into a formula picture where the two characters are somehow going to get to know one another while sharing adventures on the road. Among several phony scenes, this one is perhaps the phoniest.
Is that your most pathetic look?
This is my death to you look.
That's not going to get us a ride. Be pathetic!
And, of course, they end up broke and stranded along the way. In a movie like this, there's an unwritten law that you never call home for money. No, you have to rough it out. It's a real strange country out there when you get a movie like this written and produced by John Hughes. This bears a passing resemblance to Hughes's wonderful movie Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, which was also about an odd couple on the road home for Thanksgiving and all of their adventures and all of the reasons why they couldn't just pick up a phone and end the movie right then and there by getting some easily obtainable help. The movie has a lot of problems, but the basic one is it's not much fun to spend any time with this obnoxious kid.
Pamper, Genie. Luxuriate, Genie. Indulge, Genie. Live, Genie. Give, Genie.
It's not a completely successful movie because it tries to do too many things at once, I think, with nuclear bombs, alcoholism, child beating, governmental secrecy, women's roles in society. I think this movie tries to squeeze in maybe one, two, maybe even three social issues too many. There's always the sense that the screenplay is trying to keep all of its priorities straight. And there are some genuinely good qualities in this movie. The performances are very convincing. Not only Voight, but also Annabeth Gish as the young girl, and Jo Beth Williams and Ellen Barkin as the two frustrated sisters. The sense of time and place is very strong in the movie. It's well photographed. There are certain scenes, like a high school spelling bee, that are just exactly right. But Desert Bloom is a near miss. The movie has a lot of good things in it, but it has too many other things, too.
You call it a near miss, I call it a near classic. I love this movie because I focus not on the John Voight character, who I think maybe even overplayed a little bit as a psychotic character, but on this girl, this Annabeth Gish. She, first of all, it is a remarkable, I think, Oscar-caliber performance. I don't mean just a nomination, I mean give her the award. There are very few times in the movies when you see a young person play a role and that young person sees and knows everything that anyone could possibly know about a situation. We saw it in To Kill a Mockingbird with that little girl, and I think we see it here. She learns forgiveness through her mother, because her mother has to learn to forgive her father. She learns about the world out there because of the atomic test going off. She learns about her boyfriend and has a challenge with the spelling bee. I got so much caught up in the story of this girl and her life and her narrative that I'll never forget the girl, I'll never forget the performance, and I'll never forget the movie.
Well, it just didn't strike me that way, Gene. It seemed to me that What they had done, I think, at the screenplay level was they had started off by trying to bring everything together in this time and place in Nevada, and I mentioned them before, the atomic test and everything else, including the whole issue of how women behave. One of the key sentences in the movie is when the mother says to her daughter, remember when you made Daddy get mad at you. In other words, it's the daughter's fault that Daddy socked her.
Or some of the complexity of the smaller, richer, diverse animals in nature. The only other alternative is to pay thousands of dollars and go to Africa and see the animals there.
There is one further possibility. This Jeep is on a collecting expedition, but it's not thousands of miles from the site of the zoo. It's much closer to home in the Sonora Desert of the American Southwest.
What about over that way? Looks like a pretty good place up here for it.
Yeah, a bunch of fallen down trees and stuff.
Yeah, right up in there.
What are we trying to find?
Probably, retail motorcycle.
Yeah, that's the big.
Let's look down here. Hey, wait, what's that? There's one. You got the vial? Okay, you got him.
Mona, the airport bus leaves in 6 minutes.
1 second. Ugh, all this smeary lotion. Oh, it's not smearing. It's these puffs. They're so absorbent, the lotion must have soaked deep into the tissue. So deep, almost nothing smears off on the mirror. I call that smear-proof. And no tearing or shredding. So soft, too.
Mona.
Puffs and Puffs prints, practically smear-proof.
Alpha team, aggressor tanks spotted.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go!
Alpha 1-3,
In a battle drill, you've got good guys and you've got bad guys. The hunter and the hunted.
We got the box that you can get. Let's get him.
When I walk through the streets of Gibbsville, I see a small but growing town, a busy town with its roots deep in the coal-mined earth. But behind the closed doors and drawn curtains, secret lives of its people. The lives of the wealthy and the poor, filled with ambition and need, love and hate, sorrow and private wars, and the dreams that make men go on. Behind the closed doors of Gibbsville lies the truth about this town, about any town, the real story.
Financing an all-new 2000 Mitsubishis.
Only Hampton has it!
I guess we taught Mama a thing or two today.
My daughter married my husband, as keeping it in the family week continues. Next Jerry Springer.
Tonight at 10 on Fox 15.
Select any frame in our store from simple to sublime to sophisticated. Buy one frame at the Aaron Brothers regular low price, then take home a second frame that costs the same or less.
I think sadness is the key word, because I remember there's a marvelous speech where he talks about what's worse than living and dying of normal life is to live forever and to repeat the mistakes of one's life and not be able to get what one wants out of life constantly. It's a very moving Dracula and not just a ham-boned Dracula. It's a beautiful thing. In each of these films we've mentioned now, the actors, Gary Busey, Dustin Hoffman, Klaus Kinski.
And now Klaus Kinski.
Igor, go and get me what I crave.
Hey, listen, you know the only thing better than buying a computer at Office Depot? Coming here to buy all your add-ons and upgrades.
Taking care of business.
Need software? Office Depot has guaranteed low prices on hundreds of titles. You'll also save on modems, memory upgrades, processors, all sorts of multimedia kits and add-ons. Are you taking care of business at Office Depot? Maybe it's time you did. Taking care of business.
Corner. I'll drive.
My car!
Need a new car or truck? Get to Chevy and transform your ride. For 10 short days, get great deals on most 07s, like 0% financing plus $1,000. See your Chevy dealer today. Sale ends July 9th. Transformers opens Tuesday.
I said clean up your room. This isn't a game.
Son, the art's not done. You think this is a game?
No way, but this is. Blockbuster Video gives you more action, more challenges, the newest and hottest video games you crave.
In my day, life was a challenge, not a game.
Well, now it's both at Blockbuster Video, where the challenge never ends.
Because he's so durable. You know, he missed that 1 year in '84, came back after knee surgery last year, and in the second year coming back off an injury, he really hits his stride. Visiting with him yesterday, he says, I feel great. I really feel like we'll be able to run the football against the Eagles today.
He said I learned a lot from Walter Payton. Ball's at the 48. And it is no gain on the play. Greg Brown was there defensively, number 98 for Philadelphia. Warner told me, and here's their final score in overtime. Cleveland loses a tough game. They're now 7-5.
Cleveland won.
Oh, excuse me. Cleveland wins, so they're 8-4. Because Cincinnati won their game, and they're also 8-4. Tied for the lead in the Central Division, and the Rams are ahead of New Orleans. That'll be a tough game for Los Angeles. Washington ahead 14-0 in the second quarter over Dallas. Second down and 11. Good gain to the tight end, Mike Tice. Take a look at that fellow. He was a quarterback in college
at Maryland.
25-yard gain as he sprung loose down the middle.
It's a nice job by David Craig, just being patient, directing the offense, taking the time in the huddle. See him go back or taking time in the pocket.
No pressure, Joe.
No pressure. See right in the middle of your screen, Mike Tice. He's blocking. Now he sees that Craig's in trouble. He breaks up the field, gets off. That's a big man, 6'7", 247.
First down at the 33, and John L. Williams gets some big yards. Now, they said they're going to take the run away from Seattle. They didn't that time.
Well, what happens is when you can't get pressure on the quarterback and you give him time to scramble around back there, it upsets and offsets the tempo of your defense completely. So now you're more conscious of David Craig moving around. It opens it up.
Deme papel de aluminio, Reynolds.
Aquí tiene.
Ay, no. ¿Usted me quiere dar gato por liebre? Quiero papel de aluminio, Reynolds. El de los ciclistas. Esto sí. El chaval ese que me ha tomado por tonta. Ay, Reynolds mío, cuánto te quiero.
Reynolds, tu brillante papel.
There's something new from Whirlpool that uses intuition, much like your own. Precisely releasing detergent at just the right time to give your clothes just the right clean. Introducing the remarkable Whirlpool Duet Pair with 6th Sense technology that keeps clothes looking newer, longer. Receive special financing for 18 months on major appliance purchases $450 or more on your Lowe's consumer credit card. Only at Lowe's.
Oh, look at these. They're oranges. Freaky. What are you doing?
Working on Kool-Aid jammers.
Orange?
How'd you know?
Mind if we look around?
Kool-Aid jammers with 10% real fruit juice and vitamin C.
No! I'm working on lemonade, too.
Jam into gear, jam into clear with orange and lemonade.
Oh, yeah.
Free holiday home idea book now. At Vancouver Furniture, spend $4.99, get free this 2-foot teddy bear. Or $7.99, get a 3-day, 2-night vacation free. Any of 10 resorts. Save on every brand name in our exciting new showroom. No money down, at least 2 years to pay. Free delivery, Portland to Longview. A lot of Portland stores sell great furniture. We simply sell it for less.
Sailor Moon will continue in a moment.
It's up to us to stop you.
Don't underestimate me. Take this.
Sailor Moon now continues.
Right idea. Add the freshness of lemon to Clorox 2 and get new Lemon Clorox 2. Color Safe Bleach. It's the lemon fresh way to lift stains off colors and keep the color too. New Lemon Clorox 2.
お前だろ。
私が海外5大ロケビデオを作ってきたんですよ。それではVTR はなるほどザワールド。
分かってるじゃない。
うっかりさんは油断禁物。海外旅行には騙されないぞ。
先日のロケでガラス割られて盗まれてる。
何を？
なんかわかんない。ちょっと見てください。何が盗まれてるか。これ。
犯人は助手席の窓を割って侵入。岡本夏樹の荷物が本当に盗まれた。私のジュラリンケースと赤いカバン持って帰っちゃったんだ。生きていけるっていう感じですね。ただ何が入ったかあんまり覚えてないな。ゆっくり思い出さないと。ジュラリンケースの中のものと照り合わせして何が入ってたかちょっとチェックしないとわからない。ただ現金が
ないとは思いますけどね。でもやっぱりあれね、荷物は持ってくべきね。車の中に置きっぱなし、やっぱり日本はいいけど、ここはアメリカだから、やっぱり大変なことが起きたわ。
以前スタッフがやられた泥棒の手口を夏希ちゃんには内緒でスタッフが再現。
さよなら。3分。Okay, what do you want me to get? The sign, everything like that?
貴重品の前で夏希ちゃんは一人に、そこへ一人の女性が。
Can you please take a picture of us? Picture, okay? Yeah? Do you know how to work this, okay? Yes, I know. Okay. This,
Art of War, this week at Blockbuster. For a spy who's been betrayed, there are lines to cross, rules to break. Who is this man? And a reason to fight back. The Art of War, starring Wesley Snipes, rated R, rented on DVD or VHS this week at Blockbuster. Open New Year's Day.
New original series, Masters of the Universe. Friday, August 30th at 6. Only Toonami.
Won't you give me some funky fries? I want to eat some funky fries.
Funky color, funky shape, funky flavors like Cinefries. Now you can get funkified with Funky Fries.
What's better, doing two things at once or just one?
Two.
You sure?
I am absolutely positive. 2 times is awesome. The thing I can do is wave my head and wave.
That's amazing. I've never seen anything like that.
Look, I can do it.
Hold on, I'm watching this.
I'm kind of dizzy.
It's not complicated. Doing 2 things at once is better. And only AT&T's network lets you talk and surf on your iPhone 5.
Champions, speed is the secret of success.
Okay. Let's move. Making 1. We have a move. King to rook 1. Knight to bishop 7, mate. And chess 4.6 has just given mate.
Will computers ever think like people? It is a question that goes beyond chess.
A central fact about computers is that computers are prodigious calculators. They can solve huge systems of differential equations, invert very large matrices, and other such mathematical things. In my view, there's an enormous difference between judgment and calculation. It is that gap, the difference between judgment and calculations, that computers can't cross.
From the beginning of science, there have always been people telling you that this or that boundary line is a sacred one and can never be crossed. That it would never be possible, for example, for scientists to simulate or synthesize the basis of life. Not very long ago, the first complete gene was synthesized in the laboratory. This vitalist attitude of uncrossable frontiers is behind the question of whether there are human mental abilities which could never be simulated. I personally see no more reason now to be discouraged by this vaguely expressed feeling than scientists have been in the past.
It is a computer scientist, Joe Weizenbaum, who is now the most outspoken critic of artificial intelligence. His own program, called Doctor.
You want Next? Here's Next. The people who gave you all those great shows are starting their own TV network. You want action, you want adventure, keep it right here. We like to tell it more. We like to tell it more. What more do you need to know? UPN, the United Paramount Network, coming January 16th. Look for it.
The Fire Girl. All right. Those were the nominees. These are my knees. And now let's meet the voting city's knees. Hello, beautiful girls. All right, here I go. Hello, Philadelphia, home of brotherly love and most of my relatives. Hey. Oh, no. Oh, no. Wow, I need a hair weave or something. Abingdon High, my high school. Hey, I actually went there. And I think I went there with the front row. I was in your class. Say hi to all my cousins. You are all my cousins. Okay, there's a lot of cheesesteak here. So vote. Vote now. Do it. Go, vote. All right, in the electronic flash of a Beatles butt, we go right across the country to Seattle. Hey, Seattle. Hi, everybody. Well, you guys are pretty awake. I thought everybody was sleepless in Seattle. Bet you never heard that before. Well, you can't throw things via satellite, so that's why I said that. Lock in your votes right now. Go ahead. Go ahead. All right, Los Angeles, did you enjoy your little mini tour of Philadelphia and Seattle? Of course you did. Both of those cities were very deliberate when they did that. You do it too, and you better go ahead and vote right now before we get an aftershock and lose a satellite hookup. Go ahead.
Who will be our next $100,000 winner? We'll find out in a moment.
Defoe was more laid back. He's one of the bright young lawyers Robert Kennedy had just hired for the Justice Department. And when the two men pay a call on the local sheriff, you can see there are different approaches to the same problem.
We're here to see Sheriff Stuckey.
Sheriff's right busy now. You'll have to wait or come back some other time.
We'll wait.
Shaggy remembers.
Like I remember when Scooby-Doo was just a puppy. Man, we've been best buddies ever since. And, hey, do you smell soup?
Shaggy remembers.
Like we were all pretty young, but that never stopped us from catching the bad guys. Is that a chowder?
Shaggy remembers.
Even as a little pup, Scoob sure could chow down. You know, like really eat. I have to go.
A pup named Scooby-Doo. Today at 9 on Cartoon Network.
Does Pampers Cruisers 360 Fit can too, with a stretchy waistband and adaptive 360 fit, so they can move the way they were born to. Pampers Cruisers 360 Fit.
Choices, babe. How do you start learning to kiss the right boots, or you do what I did? Become such a good surgeon that nobody would dare not give you what you want.
Oh, that's supposed to wipe out my mind, that word tumor, huh? If you're thinking of cutting on Joe Hudson, you'd better find out what he's all about first.
You're a surgeon. You're not a god.
He's going into shock. Get that hematologist up here right now. And stop pouring out as fast as he's going in. Oh, he's bleeding you there. Suction. Hurry up inside.
Tell Herbie not to leave the bike in front of the door. I told him that 1,000 times already.
No records, no central files. And then what? Fight a war against crime with bows and arrows or something?
But you're missing the point, man. It takes shoe leather, sweat, hunches. It takes all of that.
Hunches, come on, will you? How many hunches does it take to put a man behind bars?
More than you think. Look, I was a cop once, and I know.
When they kick you off the force, too much gum on your shoe leather?
For your information, I left to get a private license.
Oh, hey, wait a minute. Don't I recognize your voice? Aren't you the same guy that called me on the airline security thing?
Will you stick to the subject? We're trying to talk about crime prevention.
Yeah, and also remember you called me on national parks, and if I remember correctly, we don't agree on anything.
So are you going to give me equal time?
Listen, Cole, I'm not going to give you the time of day. Bye now.
We're waiting to hear the name of our next contestant. And here it is, Bob Barker, Nora Chance. Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. I want to point out that Nora is a typical woman driver. She can't find a place to park here, you see. Now, Sandra, you get back over here where you belong. Terry, you get back over here where you belong. Nora, stay right where you are. Don't go anyplace else. And we're ready now for the next item up for bids on our show. It's a dishwasher. From Frigidaire, a once-a-day capacity dishwasher with super surge washing action to get your pots and pans as clean as your dishes. And the winner of this dishwasher goes a supply of Electrosol. Electrosol removes those dried-on food soils. Electrosol is approved by all leading dishwasher manufacturers. Nora, what are you going to bid on that prize?
$450.
Her bid is $450, Terry.
What are the following bids, Bob?
$450.
What was her bid on the end? Oh, she's the first
Only
bidder?
one is bid. That's $450, yeah.
$416.
$416. Sandra?
$469.
$469. And now Joanne.
$300.
$300. Everyone has overbid. Now, the lowest bid that we have here is $300. Nora, the lowest bid is $300. You must bid lower than $300. Erase the bids, please. Nora, it's your bid.
$295.
$295. Terry?
$229.
$229. Sandra?
$289.
$289. Joanne? The lowest bid is $229.
What's the next one?
$289, $295.
Terrific, David. You can really feel the excitement backstage before an Art Park musical. Dazzling costumes, brilliant performers, magnificent sets, all assembled for an exclusive production that will be seen only here on the Art Park stage. I'm Christopher Keene, president of Art Park. Join us.
Tickets for My Fair Lady, call 754-4375 in Buffalo 694-8191, Art Park, Lewiston, New York.
They've got to be getting tired.
You bet they are, Charlie. But somehow it's not so bad. It's not so bad if you're winning, and they are winning on the scoreboard with their 3 points, but those 3 points aren't huge. They'd like 7 to go with them. By the way, I think the thing that wears you out the most is pass rush. And a lot of passes thrown by the Seahawks today and a lot of rushes, but the pressure is still there for San Diego right at this moment.
They're down to 9. Here's pressure, and he dumps it off. Now, there was nobody there, but he's going to get away with it. He was avoiding the loss, and that's the veteran. He just got it in kind of a crowded area, so the officials say, well, let it go. Billy Ray Smith was putting the pressure on.
Charger defense doing what they hope to do, that is keep more points off the board. Well, at least they will be able to if they can force a miss by Norm Johnson here.
This would be an attempt of around 51 yards. Now he has missed from 49 and missed from 52, but that was going the other way.
Looks like it's exactly 52 where he'll spot it, Charlie. No.
From this side?
No way.
No.
And that was not hit nearly as well as the balls that he missed. He really hooked that one.
So Norm has hit from 27 yards out, but since then he has missed from 52, 59, and 52 again.
One of the most dependable kickers in the NFL, maybe in a slump here. Norm Johnson, number 9, on the sideline, talking to Rusty Tillman. Knox just kind of staying to his side. Rusty's saying, you're not getting the follow-through, not getting that leg through cleanly. That ball was not hit well. Got a kicker who's thinking too much. He's 1 for 4 in this game, 1 for 5, last 5 kicks.
San Diego from the 30.
After the gold rush, when the riches seemed long gone,
There's no more gold in this river.
some people who helped start PG&E
We're not after gold.
used the miners' old water systems to run one of the first hydroelectric power plants in America.
Today, PG&E is a world leader in taking new technology and making it one of the comforts of home.
Crown Amusements, America's Funland, is bringing some of that fun to you, Detroit. Plan your week now.
This week, join us at the Madison Heights J.C. Fair on 13 Mile and John R. City Park in Madison Heights. That's the Madison Heights J.C. Fair.
Crown Amusements, with the biggest selection of rides. Crown Amusements, with food and refreshments for every taste. Crown Amusements, with games and prizes for the entire family. Crown Amusements, coming soon to a town near you.
Sweet, bunch and makes it fun to eat. That's why we all love our honey gold. See that shape, hear it crunch. See those kids go munch, munch, munch. We all love the taste of honey gold. Well, it should come as no surprise. Kids of every shape and size love what honey gold provides. That shape and honey taste they pride. Honey, 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 open wide.
Check it. Raves or no raves, 3 count 'em 3 adorable spring ensembles for my girls. All for $30.
Ooh, you must have hit some great coal sale.
You had to have paid with cold cash.
You definitely shopped Power Hours.
Night Owl Fridays, 3 p.m. till 11. One way or the other. Everybody can go shopping.
Go shopping. Go shopping. Go shopping.
My lord, the killer was eating cookies.
Quite right.
But my client doesn't eat cookies. She eats Fig Newtons.
Case dismissed.
A cookie is just a cookie, but Newtons are fruit and cake.
With the new LEGO Star Wars collection, each stencil. The Empire is on the attack, and the fate of the troops is in your hands.
Incoming fighters leading after.
With the new LEGO Star Wars Imperial Landing Craft, you can mount the stormtroopers, pick up the troops, and take off to chase down the rebel fighters. You control the action with the new LEGO Star...
I'm from South Germany.
I'm a sick Hyler, too.
Feel the strength.
Only very special moisturizer could pull this off.
How did J.D. Byrider get to be North America's largest used car dealer? We give people what they want. Financing in a flash. Huge inventory. Certified cars backed by a rock-solid warranty. If you need a car, see J.D. Byrider. We'll see that you get the car that you want and the credit you deserve.
You get the credit. Call 1-800-808-4089 now.
Comedy Central brings you a movie about discovering friendships.
Men and women can't be friends because the sex part always gets in the way.
Nurturing those relationships.
Are you comfortable?
Sure.
And knowing when to quit while you're ahead.
You know how a year to a person is like 7 years to a dog?
Yes. Is one of us supposed to be a dog in this scenario?
Billy Crystal.
Sally, please report to me.
Meg Ryan. When Harry Met Sally. Tonight at 8, only on Comedy Central.
The leading cough suppressant to the proven cold relief of Alka-Seltzer Plus. So now you can relieve your cold and cough together. Introducing Alka-Seltzer Plus cold and cough medicine. 2 kinds of relief from only 1 medicine.
You are watching Toonami.
And now, back to Dragon Ball Z.
How much do you pay for a minute of long distance?
75 cents?
79 cents?
80 cents a minute.
I don't really know.
Well, now Sprint introduces a whole new way to save on long distance. Every evening and all weekend long, a minute is just 10 cents. It's that simple.
For 10 cents, huh?
Piece of candy. Cheaper than sending a postcard.
10 cents a minute. I wonder why no one ever thought of that before.
Call now for 10 cents a minute and get up to 100 minutes free.
I'm happy about this. You go, girl. We weren't happy about baking all day either. But it was ours. Stovetop oven classics. A 1-dish oven baked chicken dinner. Sauce, seasoned stuffing. All you add is chicken. 5 minutes to make. 30 to bake. A Sunday taste. Tuesday afternoon.
2004 NBA All-Star Game.
You gotta see this.
Then, with entry into the Hall of Champions on the line, Team Kaizen faces off against Team 1051 on Arena. And Filter takes you on a chocobo ride through the best games, bosses, and characters of Final Fantasy. Sweat, Monday at 10 p.m. Arena, Tuesday at 10 p.m. And Filter, Thursday at 10:30 p.m.
Referees tell you to take your position. That's when I say, I'm going to hit as hard as I can. I'm going to hit this man as hard as I can. And you're looking across at this man, and you try not to wonder, is this man good, or is he powerful? Is he more powerful than I am, or is he faster than I am? Does he have more balance? Does he weigh more? I want to concentrate on just doing the best that I can and staying in front of this man and getting him out the ring.
A very focused and determined James Perry taking the ring right now, 486 pounds, and he's ready.
Hailing from North Carolina with a professional and collegiate football background, James brings a lot of strength experience into this ring.
James's opponent this evening is Warren Seidowitz, who traveled all the way from South Africa.
Had a chance to speak with Warren today. He's been to 4 World Championships. He's looking to have some good results tonight.
I suppose my size is an advantage, and you never know how strong you are until you get into the ring. Speed I have worked on. I am a lot faster than I was when I started sumo, and speed is a big advantage, yes.
So it'll be Perry and Seidowitz. Look for the speed that Warren talks about. Warren on your left, James Perry on your right.
The speed versus the size. James Perry has about 70 or 80 pounds on Warren, and he's ready to go.
Got that football-looking stance, drives him right down, exploded in, just like an offensive, like a defensive tackle.
And those football forearm shivers, too. Talk about, I think James had the edge on speed right there. Warren may need to go back and work on his speed a little bit.
James Perry, the big winner here in first-round action.
Classic hit, Oshi Taoshi, frontal crush out.
You can see James here exploding from that 4-point stance, literally lifted Warren off his feet.
More first-round action from the Night of the Giants coming up.
Largest 4th of July rodeo returns with the Greeley Independent Stampede. Tickets are on sale now, and this year's lineup of stars in entertainment is better than ever. Join Channel 7 for 2 weeks of fun, rodeos, rides, and music. John Barry, Pam Tillis, and Blackhawk take the stage on June 21st. Faith Hill and Tim McGraw light up the night on June 22nd. And June 30th, don't miss the Mexican Rodeo Extravaganza featuring Emilio in concert. Call now for tickets at Ticketmaster or 1-800-982-BULL.
Assault on the Wayne.
Listen, Captain, if I had brought a bomb aboard this ship, you can be sure you'd never have found it in this cabin.
Joseph Cotton, Leonard Nimoy, Lloyd Haynes, Keenan Wynn, Malachi Throne.
Also, the house is getting sort of dirty.
Looks pretty clean to me.
What's so bad about getting married? I'm not out of clean underwear.
I'm not going to marry any woman.
There's a ring around the bathtub.
Sorry, Walter, just that you have to think about your future.
But I don't want to get married. Herschel Bernardi is a recently widowed accountant. The threats to his single status are many. Shirley Jones, Tina Louise, June Lockhart, Sue Lyon.
You're so wise, Mr. Benjamin. So mature.
Laura, I'm old enough to be your father. Practically.
He went to prison for a crime he didn't commit. The murder of his brother.
What about Zuniga?
He gets out today. The tradition of Simon Zuniga.
No! What are you going to do to Burroughs if you find him?
I'm going to kill him.
Inger Stevens. Burt Reynolds.
You know, once we started, there wouldn't be any turning back.
I know that.
The Over the Hill Gang rides again. A sequel to last year's endearing and uproarious Western spoof. The same well-seasoned Rough Riders will be back for more. Walter Brennan, Chill Wills, Edgar Buchanan, Andy Devine. And this time around, they'll be joined by special guest star Fred Astaire. The movie of the week.
He wants to buy up the whole neighborhood so he can put up a fancy mall.
Let me assure you, change is good.
What's wrong with old things? Some old things are great.
Yeah, like Mrs. Vitello.
Whippersnapper.
This summer,
We won't let him tear down our neighborhood.
one young hero
Arnold, what if you have to move away?
has got a plan.
This is our neighborhood, and we're not going to give it up without a fight.
Now,
If you're gonna try and save the neighborhood, you're gonna need some equipment.
they've got 48 hours to take on the system and cut the corporate big shots down to size. When you think action,
We got a neighborhood to save.
when you think adventure, think Arnold.
Good luck, boys.
Hey Arnold, the movie.
I'm living in Loser City.
Rated PG. Starts Friday, June 28th.
Flowers, flowers, pretty little flowers. Hello, would you like a flower? Can I have one? If you have two of something, you should share one. If you have two, share one, share one, share one.
Two for me.
None for you.
Look at those numbers. Oof. That's a career.
Mike Shanahan, short-time coach of the Los Angeles Raiders, full-time coach now of the quarterbacks.
And what did he say? What did he say his responsibility was?
He said, my job is to get John Elway better. Or ready.
Get him ready.
He tried to get him better last week. He couldn't do that.
He couldn't get him better.
He got him ready for today. Elway much better since Shanahan returned. Look who caught it again.
Vance Johnson at the 9. Gain of 12.
I think he's getting tired.
6 receptions, 154 yards.
Blitz coming. Elway reads it, and it's well picked up. That's one of the advantages, again, of having that big offensive line. They cover so much room inside, hard to find a gap to blitz through.
Forget what I said about running out the clock at the first half. Okay? Pretend I didn't say it. First and goal. Timing pattern.
Touchdown.
Yes.
Michael Young. Well, at least they're spreading it around on the day. Young, who has been a big play receiver, has brought a smile to the face of John Elway.
And his first touchdown as a Bronco.
Had a couple of big plays in that game against New York last week to help sustain in that ball game. You better believe he's going to smile.
Extra point is good. 52-yard drive in 5 plays as the domination continues. 38.
Me? You're silly.
That's what I do for a living.
They get paid for this?
Yeah.
Looney bird.
I gotta go. You people have been fabulous.
Toys.
Coming this Christmas.
Wow, you still have a Triclins, the conditioning color enhancer. It's subtle. It just gives your color a kick. And there's no commitment. Lints washes out and 8 shampoos. 8 is great.
Lints by Clairol.
Give your color a little kick.
When Aladdin rubbed the magic lamp,
I'm your master?
wrong. He unleashed a genie who's polite. What do you need? What do you need? What do you need? Who's helpful?
The exits are here.
Okay, kids, take a break.
Coke is it?
Coke is it? The most refreshing way to make the most of every day. And wherever you go and whatever you do, there's something big waiting for me and you. Coke is it?
The biggest taste you've ever found.
Coke is it?
The one that never lets you down.
Coke is it?
The most refreshing taste around. Coke is it? It's the smile you can't hide, 'cause it comes from inside.
Like the time that you spend with your family and friends. It's the way that you feel when you know it's real. Coke is it? The most refreshing taste around. Coke is it? Coke is it?
Has created a spectacular dessert called Viennetta. But this delicious premium ice cream with its crispy, chocolatey layers could cause one small problem. Viennetta from Breyers. One slice is never enough.
Are pouring in at the Kool-Aid Wacky Warehouse. It's wackier than ever.
The wackiest.
This year, we've got all kinds of wild new stuff, and you can taste our pre-hysterical Kool-Aid flavor. Purple Saurus Rex in the wackiest store in the world.
Now, if you send in your Kool-Aid points and order any stuff from the Wacky Warehouse by May 1st, you get an awesome mystery gift and 10 bonus points free.
Wow.
Kool-Aid points are on all Kool-Aid soft drink packages, and order forms are here.
I don't just volumize, I millionize.
New Voluminous Million Lashes from L'Oreal.
Watch this.
Our millionizing brush has a multitude of bristles for a multitude of lashes, and the Clean Sweep Wiper removes excess mascara, no overload, and no clumps.
Lashes look so multiplied, so clean. Proof is in the pop.
Maxed up, multiplied out. Voluminous Million Lashes, new from L'Oreal.
Don't just volumize your lashes, millionize them, because you're worth it.
Put white this on the canvas and automatically, your sky will get lighter and lighter toward the horizon. And in a landscape, that's exactly what you're looking for. All right. Something about like so. Don't want to lose all my little yellowish color there. I won't have a glow in my sky, and I want a glow there. All right, let me grab another brush. I have several of them going here. Make sure it's dry. And then I'm going to blend this. Start in the light area and blend toward the dark area. And when you're at home, you can take your time and really blend this out so it's just as smooth as silk. There. All right. And then we'll just go across the entire canvas to remove the brush strokes. Okay, I'm going back to my brush. It had all that nice gray color on it. And let's take, and once again, all I'm doing is just tapping the bristles right into a little bit of color. Just tap. So you can see one corner is hitting, but the back is really not hitting. It's just the front corner I'm using. Let's go up in here. Now maybe in our world there lives, does now, that easy. Just a happy little cloud that floats around the sky here all day. And I'm just using that corner that you watched us load, just using that corner and doing tiny little circles with it. The back of the brush is not touching the canvas. It's just that corner. Something about like so. Like that. Just making little circles. Okay, going back to my brush, it's sort of clean. And then very gently, and we'll blend the base of that out. So it just disappears, just dissolves right into that sky. There we go. Once again, because the liquid white's on there, this works very simply. And we'll lift it, fluff it. You could use your little blender brush to do that if you wanted to. There. Something about like that.
Tuesday on A Woman's Place. First aid tips if your man is wounded during gunplay. An exclusive semi-nude baby picture of Alec Baldwin. And party etiquette. How to trip women with dresses more expensive than yours.
All that in beautiful crocheted toilet roll covers.
That's Tuesday on A Woman's Place.
Why you're here. You will be a god unto man. You have no history. A life of waking from one nightmare.
energy to pull us through?
This is definitely one night you should test all your batteries with the new copper top tester. It quickly tells you if a battery should be replaced or go on its merry way. The copper top tester. A little present. Only from Duracell.
Oh my God, look at this! Oh my God, how much you think is in here?
God almighty, these are $100 bills.
3 Midwestern hunters find a plane crash in a bag of money, lots of money, and that's the setup for A Simple Plan, which is a fine psychological thriller that digs deeper and deeper into the values and the dreams of these small-town men. They think of calling the police, but no, they decide to keep the money and split it 3 ways. Bill Paxton plays the college graduate, Billy Bob Thornton is his slow-witted brother, and Brent Briscoe is Thornton's hard-drinking buddy. It's Billy Bob who just can't keep a secret. He's already blurted out to the sheriff that he heard a plane with engine trouble.
Now when they find the plane, they realize the money's gone, they're gonna know right off who took it. Well, that's what's cool about it, though, Hank. I mean, you know, if we wouldn't tell somebody if we were the ones that did it.
I mean, it's not like he said that you actually saw a plane going down. Just you thought you might have heard one with engine trouble.
You want me to burn the money? I am not going to prison over this.
Bridget Fonda plays Paxton's wife, who is really the smartest of them all and has lots of apparently good ideas.
You have to go back and return some of the money.
What?
A lot. Like 500,000. So that way when they find the plane, they'll assume nobody's been there yet.
As their scheme begins to come apart, Thornton, in a great scene, confides secrets he's never told his brother ever before.
God, Hank, you know, I've never even kissed a girl before. So, you know, if being rich will change that, I'm all for it.
And Fonda has a great scene, too, after Paxton begins to think it would have been better never to have found that money.
Is that what you think? Is that what you think you want? Walking off to the feed store every morning for the next 30 years, waiting for Tom Butler to retire or die so you can finally get a raise?
A Simple Plan was directed by Sam Raimi, previously known for his entertaining horror films like Evil Dead 2. With this film...
Take on the world in the N-Gage Arena now. Rated T for teen.
From the makers of Dead or Alive comes the greatest action game of all time, Ninja Gaiden. Rated M for mature. Unleash your inner ninja.
Oh, I'll take a pound of that.
Looking for a low-cost flight? Call the Air Travel Advisory Bureau for free advice on where to buy some of the cheapest airfares around. One call keeps the airfare small.
Hamleys of Regent Street, the biggest and best-loved toy shop in the world, open Easter Monday. Visit Hamley's fantastic galaxy of home computers and electronic games. It's called A Step Ahead.
Spud, when you can have a grater potato.
Pour on the Heinz gravy.
Put a lake in your bake. Give a rise to your fries. Pour on the Heinz. Add some flash to your mash.
Some royal to your boil. Pour on the Heinz.
Gravy so smooth, so creamy, so delicious, you'd think it was made from your roast.
So who needs a dud, Spud?
When you can have a grater potato.
Pour on the Heinz home-style gravy anytime.
To sculpt, as it were, can we not?
Make me beautiful.
You're in good hands.
Nothing cuts deeper
Christian Troy's back in action
than the naked truth.
Get out of this house!
We never talked about a monogamous relationship. Nip Tuck, an all-new episode, Tuesday at 10, only on FX.
By the silence of a town living in fear.
Young'uns are dying. People down here don't take to strangers. They do a hard day's work, go to church on Sunday, that's it. We have a special visitor to our community.
It's really great
to look your best,
more beautiful each day, with silky, sexy,
shiny hair.
To beat our fashion way.
Make Vidal Sassoon shampoo part of your daily three-step plan for beautiful hair.
'Cause if you don't look good, we don't look good. We take pride in you. If you don't look good, we don't look good. Vidal Sassoon.
A reminder from the stroke of 12 a.m. this morning, all the way to 12 o'clock tonight, it's MCI 5-cent Sundays. Just 5 cents a minute all day long with MCI. So today, you can call all your loved ones. This time of year, they'd love to hear from you.
Hello?
Happy holidays, Michael.
Elmer, do you know what time it is?
Well, we want to thank you. This has been Comedy Out of the Box, and we will see you next week. This is true Comedy Out of the Box, and we will see you next Saturday, if that's warranted. So, we're happy to see you.
Promotional consideration for Almost Live provided by Pizzeria Pagliacci, featuring traditional and gourmet pizza by the slice. Pizzeria Pagliacci, rated Seattle's best pizza.
次は何を狩る？今度は巨大なウルトラ怪獣を仲間と共にイギリスで食われ！怪獣バスターズパワード体験せよ。
Centipede from Atari. It could change your life.
Help! Somebody call an exterminator!
Wow, look at that great giraffe.
Children love animals, and they enjoy learning everything about them. That's why your children will love Zoo Books.
This exciting magazine for children will bring the most wonderful animals into your home. Animals that do the most amazing things. Your children will meet incredible new animals and read fascinating new facts about them. Just think, 12 big zoo books that will show your kids hundreds of amazing animals, many that they've never seen before. Call this toll-free number now. You'll receive a full year of zoo books, plus this stunning tiger poster and animal stickers to put anywhere. And you'll even get this extra elephants issue absolutely free. Call now and start zoo books coming to your children today.
To order, have your credit card ready and call 1-800-441-2400. That's 1-800-441-2400.
Ford at the heart of Cassett Avenue.
Sing in Italian with me? You want to hear this? All right, sit down, Max. Good boy. Now sing with me. Ready, Max? Ah, sola mia.
I told Sally it'd be fun to be in the sack with her. Who knew this is what she had in mind? You know, I think all this hopping's giving me a headache. Yeah, this would definitely be a headache. Definitely. So now remember what I taught you, honey. What are those long shots called? Oh, don't be so condescending. They're called drives. And what are those little short shots called? Putts. Oh, okay, you made your point.
Don't be dumb.
This man's putting a worm on his tongue. Yum, yum. And he's waiting with, say it with me, bated breath. Lady, we climbed 6 flights of stairs to deliver this very heavy birthday present to you.
Oh, thank you, but why didn't you use the dumbwaiter?
We did use the dumbwaiter.
As soon as I eat that power block, you guys are finished! Drop Atari Pac-Man into your Atari video computer system and you're playing the hottest game since Space Invaders, Atari Pac-Man. 'Cause I got Pac-Man fever. Pac-Man fever. It's driving me crazy. Driving me crazy. Pac-Man fever. Pac-Man fever. I'm going out of my hate to eat and run. Pac-Man by Atari.
First the Pac-Man eats through a maze of dots. Then the Pac-Man heads for the corner spots. Then he eats his fill of a power pill. And then all those ghosts turn blue, blue. And Pac-Man eats them all too.
Only Atari makes the Pac-Man home video game, and you can only play it on an Atari video game system.
Have you played Atari today? Man eats through a maze of dots. Then the Pac-Man heads for the corner spots. Then he eats his fill of a power pill. And then all those ghosts turn blue, boo! And Pac-Man eats them all too.
Have you played Pac-Man? It's the new video computer game everyone's talking about. And naturally, it's from Atari.
Have you played Atari today?
A little excitement this summer?
Brush up on the chicken.
A barbecue breakthrough. Just blend 2 parts Heinz 57 sauce with 1 part honey.
Brush up, taste the stew.
First face chicken with butter. Then brush on the Heinz 57 sauce and honey.
Brush up on your ribs.
Stupendous ribs.
Wait till you try the chicken, Dad.
Brush up on live barbecue.
Next cookout, brush up with Heinz 57 sauce and honey.
Brush up.
The whole place is lit up like it was daytime. You'd never think it was midnight. You know, you haul this plutonium long enough, son, your third arm comes in handy for dumping. Uh-oh.
Dad, you better shut that off and get out of there.
Get out of here.
I don't know, just open the door and get out.
You walk away. What did I say to goodness gracious?
It's always fun.
You came along and woo me, honey. I changed my mind. This love is fine. Goodness gracious.
It's always fun.
Just my nails and my grit on my thumb. I am nervous, but it sure is fun. Oh, baby, got me crazy. Goodness gracious.
It's always fun. I just remembered something, Ashley. We didn't mention anything about our new Detective Home video series, The Adventures of Mary-Kate and Ashley. What'll we do? Well, this is Bob's show. We're not here just to talk about us. You're right. You can tell you're the older sister.
Police Squad in color. Starring Leslie Nielsen. Also starring Alan North. And Rex Hamilton as Abraham Lincoln. Tonight's special guest star, Robert Goulet.
Ready! Aim! Fire!
Tonight's episode, A Bird in the Hand.
Micro TV, and what this is doing is you're going to actually see live TV signals coming in. I'm going to turn it on, and here we've got a little Steve Martin thing running. We can adjust.
Wait a minute, we're watching TV on the Mac screen.
On the Mac screen. Adjust the brightness, contrast, things of that nature. Stuff like that.
So I can be in my office working on a spreadsheet and also watching the football game at the same time.
Exactly, and you can put this in the background.
Okay.
And you know, be doing something else, and you might want to do that. You might want to keep something up, the news network or whatever. You see something that looks interesting, you tune it up.
Wow.
We can also do this with a camera. And let me just show you that from the camera feed, if we can find the camera down here.
So you've got a regular camcorder thing plugged in there.
The same thing, basically, right? Let me load that back up. Okay, so
and that's a live shot of actually what you're pointing at right now.
This is actually a live shot. In fact, Andrew, make a funny face or something so that we know it's...
Wave to your mom, Andrew. There we go. Look at that. Okay. And you were able to freeze that and capture that.
Able to freeze that one.
Oh, goodness. Hello there.
Let's see.
Right, that's real. I can see that. Okay, oops, okay.
Okay, we got that frozen.
You captured that.
Captured the cameraman. And once we've done the capture, let's just take a look at what we have here.
I'll hold that for you.
Oh, great. Once we've done the capture, we have it in the clipboard, and we can now do anything we want with it. For instance, we can put it, I have a Mac Write document open, and I can just take this and paste that right into the clipboard, right into the document, and now we've got 2 Stewarts right in a row.
Jan, that is fantastic.
Isn't that great?
Yeah. What is it called again? How much does it cost?
It's called the Apps Micro TV. It costs just under $400. Let me just show you the box so you can get it.
Under $400?
Under $400. This is fantastic. I mean, to me, this is the favorite toy that I have for this Christmas.
Yes, that may be even better than the Mac Portable you've got. It's a lot cheaper, I'll tell you that. That's our look at Christmas gifts for the computer person on your shopping list. Have a happy holiday, and we'll see you again next week.
And reveals with a fair amount of certainty that the hero of the trilogy is indeed the last of 10 Mjolnir cyborgs stashed on the Marathon when it left Mars hundreds of years prior. It would be 5 years before Bungie would return to deep space run-and-gun warfare. Look familiar? Halo hit the Xbox with the force of an orbital bombardment. The hero Master Chief is a Spartan cyborg sporting the latest in Mjolnir combat armor. Slightly familiar resemblance there. It was a long road to Microsoft console. Halo began life on the Mac, migrated to the PC, and was originally a third-person shooter with, shall we say, less than pretty environments. The massive success of Halo catapulted Bungie into the industry spotlight, and the rest, as they say, is an endless string of sequels. And maybe poo-flinging, we hope.
Oh yes, we can only hope for photorealistic pool flinging in a future Halo game. Yeah, except it's totally gross.
It is?
Yes.
You know, if you watched that Pathways into Darkness footage and thought, wow, that looks like crap, chances are you were born in the 90s, because back when that came out, we thought it was beautiful.
Yes, and how those giant brown frogs made chicken noises. They haunted our nightmares. Guess that is a little embarrassing.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Coming up, we give you more Halo 2.
routine.
Super strength, super speed, invisibility, elasticity. These are your powers. The only way to survive being the Incredibles is to truly be incredible. Disney Pixar's The Incredibles video game, available now.
It doesn't take an expert to figure out. New Colgate Max Fresh is the only whitening toothpaste packed to the max with mini breast strips that dissolve like this. And there you have it. New Colgate Max Fresh with mini breath strips packed with freshness.
Hey, no. Hey.
Okay, here.
Here. Mm-mm.
All right.
All right. My man.
Bye-bye.
Now, a change of pace. Falstaff, man-sized pleasure. Falstaff is always brewed with extra care for the finest beer possible, even to cascading every brew over the Falstaff chilling tower, instantly icing down each brew to protect Falstaff's premium quality taste every step of the way, until it's safely kept in and you're ready to enjoy it. Ah, this is the one. Taste to satisfy your man-sized thirst, yet light enough to leave room for more. Falstaff, unmistakably America's premium quality beer.
How was your day? Good. Yours? Good.
Break the routine and live a little.
Welcome to Chili's.
Introducing Chili's new Build Your Own Big Mouth Burger. Handcrafted with your choice of over 20 unique toppings. You pick it, we build it. Build Your Own Big Mouth Burger. New at Chili's. Come on, live a little.
I'm out of here. Whatever you do, don't use pump number 3. Figures. Hey, idiot! Gas! But now! Okay. Oh, jeez, I'm sorry. Hey, you all right in there?
Or sent someone a fax. From the beach.
What feels squishy to touch, easy to mold, and fun to hold? It's Moon Sand, and it's out of this world. Just pack it, squeeze it, tap it. Now you've got it. Have Mom help. And with more sand, you can build a magnificent castle fit for a queen. You can use your own molds to make almost anything. Moon Sand is not like ordinary sand. It sticks together and never dries out. You can play with Moon Sand again and again. In no time, you can turn Moon Sand into a wonderful creation. Make your own Moon Sand world. And look, Moon Sand won't absorb water like regular sand, so you can make a moat and float a boat. Make magnets and games and gifts for your friends.
Hey guys, they were out of Snickers.
No!
But I got these Snickers dark bars with dark chocolate instead.
Yeah!
The 7th frame to a flushed face. But you talk about physical conditioning taking over. This man has no doubts about his condition. He's in top physical shape, but he must muster up some strikes. See the full grip. You see the oil around the ball. You see that little liquid right there on the ball. That's the oil from being on the lane.
Didn't get the 2.
The sideboard story is Monticelli, he knows he can win, but will the bowling ball be the difference? It's unfortunate he doesn't have his own ball, but can't change what's happened now. As you see that snap release of Monticelli, the ball slides by, leaving the 2-pin.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 25th television final. Second here in 1989.
Very deliberate. Wipes all the oil or conditioner off the ball. And the reason you do that is you don't want any extra oil on the ball. You've learned to play the lanes, read a shot with the ball clean, the surface clean. So you don't want any from the previous shot on there. It's a good habit to wipe it off. Now it's come to story time. 9th frame. The match will be determined in the next 2 frames.
Did not come up, just slid by. No chance.
It's not getting the normal Amuleto Monticelli turn and power on the ball, and the ball is not breaking near what it should be. Once it gets a difficult spare to convert. The 1, 2, 8, 10 need to get the ball over here left of the head pin, drive the head pin over into the 10 pin. We've seen that shot converted once today. Monticelli needs it right here to stay in the lead.
What's the best thing about Funhouse? Everything!
Let's get messy!
Every day, kids like us get covered with disgusting gloss. You'll see unbelievable stunts and outrageous races that are different every day. Plus, super cool prizes all over the Funhouse.
Power prize!
Funhouse is the best! Yeah! And the best thing is, you can watch it every day. Funhouse!
Weekdays at 7:30 a.m. on Fox 24.
Coming up, Siskel and Ebert, If We Pick the Oscars.
Nancy Kerrigan. Arresting officers said that Eckert put up a fuss at first, but he went along quietly after being told that jail food was pretty good and you can go back for as much as you want. A Mercer Island home has been egged 10 times since last September. Police investigators say the attacks may be related to the huge sign on the front lawn that reads, "Egg me." Well, House Speaker Tom Foley is challenging the state's new term limit bill in court. Asked why he's against a limit on a politician's years in office, Foley said, "Years? I thought they said ears." Well, Franklin High School has a new truancy program which says that if you have 12 unexcused absences in a semester, you flunk. And to add insult to injury, the flunking notice will be personally delivered by Ed McMahon. The State Department of Health has issued a brochure that compares the fees that different hospitals in the area charge. They found that Enumclaw Hospital is the cheapest for strokes, pneumonia, and getting your head unstuck from a milk pail. King County Executive Tim Hill worked one day in 1994 so that he could qualify for an extra $71,000 in retirement benefits. In his own defense, though, Hill points out that he did not take a lunch break. Finally, Northern Exposure's Morty the Moose died last week near the campus of Washington State University. Yeah. Doctors at the School of Veterinary Medicine said that at first they thought it was due to a vitamin deficiency, but later found a suicide note in the moose's handwriting. It read, quote, "I can't believe I'm living in Pullman." This has been the John Report. Thank
you. In a world where toys go missing and teddy bears disappear, there is...
そうですか。では私も早速この旗を持って20世紀の海と空と大地を冒険してみたいと思います。
とまあ意気揚々と出発しましたが、まずは
深い海の中。でも気温はマイナス1度。
寒い。1934年8月11日、バミューダ沖の深海に一つの鉄の玉が沈んでいった。その名も深海潜水級。海洋学者ウィリアム・ビービーは人類が未だかつて経験したことのない3028フィート923メートルの深海に到達した。この記録は後に15年間破られることはなかった。さらに人々を驚かせたのは1900
the humility in the world, that there's absolutely a place at the top, or certainly near it, for Doom and Doom 2. And, there's almost a reluctance to go back and mess with the formula, almost like, a Hall of Fame running back coming out of retirement. Is he going to just sort of destroy his legacy?
Doing Doom 3 was a very tall order because Doom was such a mega successful game that we really had to evaluate what we wanted to do. What do our fans really want us to bring back from the original? And then what can we add to the new Doom 3 to make it, so much better?
you have a game that people become it becomes a part of their life, and they spend so many hours playing with it, they almost develop some sense of a relationship with the game itself, that they have some ownership of it. And so they feel like that they almost have, some say in how the game ought to be taken going forward, because, hey, look, I played this game for, 1,000 hours of my life.
People get obsessive with everything that comes out of id. People are obsessive about id. Id's games are great. One of the reasons people respect id is that id never turns its back on quality. Everything that comes out is going to be good.
People get so emotionally attached, and then they get afraid of, well, if it's not the exact game, or if it's not as good or better, if it's not their interpretation of what the next game ought to be like, and they get afraid that we're going to do something different with it. They don't want to see the next game come out, because they just want to sort of freeze time and have Doom be the way it was when, they had all these great experiences in their life, and don't want to have anything to sort of spoil that memory. We definitely understand, people's emotional attachment to the properties, because we feel it too, and at least as strong as they do.
On June 1st, 2000, work begins on making Doom 3 a worthy successor to the legendary franchise.
Again, a nice punt from Hansen. This one, though, is going to go right into the end zone. When it bounced, is it going to be short of the end zone? I don't know if it bounced in the end zone or not, but I believe they're going to mark it, yes, as a touchback. They say it hit in the end zone.
It looked to me as if it bounced right on the line, and of course, if it breaks that plane of the end zone, it's a touchback.
League, a field goal by Gary Anderson, 27 yards. Pittsburgh over Kansas City, 30-14. Detroit on the board against the Bears. Eddie Murray, 34-yard field goal. And New England and Indianapolis now 24-6. 77-yard punt return by Urban Fryer of the New England Patriots. First and 10 here for the Seattle Seahawks after that punt just barely sailed into the end zone. A 52-yarder from Henson. Warner eludes one tackle, finally goes out of bounds after a gain of 3. Now to Bob Costas at NFL 85.
All right, Tom, on their way to their 5th consecutive win. The Patriots now lead Indianapolis 24-6 in the 3rd at Foxborough. The most recent score, a 77-yard punt return for a TD by Irving Fryer, who earlier had caught a touchdown pass, and it's 24-6 Patriots. Tom.
All right, thank you, Bob. The Patriots are indeed a hot team, and Fryer receiving a touchdown pass and then coming right back with that 77-yard punt return.
That's his second one of the year.
2nd and 7, Seahawks from their own 23. Seahawks lead 7-3, a minute 56 to play in the 3rd quarter. Hand off again to Kurt Warner. Picking his way through traffic, comes across the 25 to the 27. James Geathers pins him to the turf there. Geathers, second-year veteran out of Wichita State, a big one, 6'7", 267 pounds. Kurt Warner has taken a beating and playing on a gimpy ankle, but still hanging in there. He's carried it 15 times, but only 32 yards, as New Orleans has been, for the most part, tough against the run.
They certainly have, and Kurt Warner has been the workhorse back there, and whatever rushing yardage they have, he has.
Warner out of the game on 3rd.
I'm just a little kid. What are you listening to me for? Okay, I've had it. The balloon pump is closed. Now go play. Nighty-night. Come on, Mitzi. Just one more balloon. Don't call me Mitzi. In fact, don't call me period. Anyway.
From Stephen King, originator of Pet Sematary. Michael McDowell, creator of Beetlejuice.
Thanks again, boys, and keep the change. You hear all this nonsense about Kellogg's Frosted Flakes being just for kids. Well, I, for one, eat them, and I'm going to go right on eating them. Frosted Flakes just for kids, come on.
We need a big batch of beautiful sweet potatoes. And I've cooked these already for you at another time, so I'm not going to worry about giving you the recipe again. But you remember, the sweet potatoes were cooked with nothing but butter and sugar and the tiniest bit of water. This came from a recipe from a black chef in Seattle. Oh, I can't remember her name, but when I did this recipe for you a while back, I told you. This was close to the yam. that came from Africa, along with the black slaves. All right, here's a dinner plate. What does soul mean in Brooklyn? I don't know. In Brooklyn, you'd say to die for. To die for. It's so beautiful. What's next? I have some other dishes I want you to see. Because, and I've got them all over the place here. If I can find the list, I'll show them to you. Oh, another one that, again, was typical of later Southern eating are grits. And grits were, in Africa, a similar dish made of wheat was called fufu. But this is corn. And the corn is treated with lye in order to make hominy. And then the hominy is ground in order to make coarse ground. You see, like a polenta, and you wind up with something called grits. And you cannot have a Southern meal without grits. And one of the things you do when you move to Detroit, to what do they call it, Motown. When you move to Motown and you come from a black background, one of the things you do is to continue to eat grits. Because, how will I say this? Not because you have to. Not because it was old slave food. Not because you have to, but because you can choose to. And that's the background of what I would call historic food. Eating that you do because you want to. Because you want to remember. You know, feeding your son fried chitlins is probably something that is terribly, terribly important to a grandma whose kids have moved off to Cincinnati. You know, she doesn't get to see them often enough, so she would do this in order to say, taste your memories. Remember this. Your grandpa used to live on these. He loved them, you see. That's important. All right, I have some others here for you. Boy,
I've lost my credit card.
It is a Capital One no hassle card, isn't it?
No. Cinderella's got my credit card.
Whether your card is lost or stolen with the Capital One no hassle card, you're not liable for a penny with rates that start low and stay low.
What's in your wallet?
When it seems like all is lost. When it feels as if you have no hope. When you are outnumbered, overpowered, and they've got you cornered. That's when you realize your last best hope is you.
Gun for Hire in Prohibition, Texas. And also the First Wives Club with Bette Midler, Goldie Hawn, and Diane Keaton seeking revenge on the husbands who dumped them. That's next week, and until then, the balcony is closed.
Before you bet your business on an unproven PC, see how AT&T comes through. Right now, every AT&T PC you buy saves you money on your next PC. The more AT&T PCs you add, the less you'll pay for each one. Now more than ever, it pays to put AT&T confidence on everybody's desk. See your participating dealer or call right now.
Think her robe is white? Not next to his Clorox white. This looks white, but look again. Let's face it, clothes washed in detergent alone can look dull and dingy. But it doesn't have to be that way. Because adding Clorox liquid bleach every time you wash brings out a white that's as fresh and crisp as new. Now this is the real white. Clorox liquid bleach. For a brand new kind of white. Also in lemon and fresh scents.
That's what you see on Cairo, but stick around because we've got lots more to show you. Come on back.
On Big Thinkers, Alvin Toffler is a dreamer.
We forecast the VCR before anybody.
History doing that.
Today's biggest
of a strange, distant planet. No, 2 tantalizing McDonald's Big Mac sandwiches. Now get them both for just $2.
What you want is what you get at McDonald's today.
You woke the wrong dog. Ah, yeah!
This is what I want, you see. Isn't that beautiful stuff? Scorothalia. Look at the texture. You see, it's almost like a very heavy cream, and it's bread and garlic and olive oil. I'm not going to waste that. I'm not going to waste that at all. Why bother? Perfect. The vinegar and the perfect. The vinegar and the garlic are a perfect balance. Marvelous. Now let's set it aside so we have a next dish for you. What I'm going to prepare now is a matter of, first of all, telling you that squid are all right to clean. This is the finished product. Yes, these are all cleaned up. Let me show you some that haven't been cleaned. And I want to show you how it's done. A squid is a very strange-looking creature. He swims in the sea backwards. That is to say, this is the tail of the fish, and this is the head. You see, here's his eyes and the tentacles. But when he swims, he goes through the water this way. He goes through the water backwards. Very strange creature. He's one of those guys who always knows where he's been. You remember that old joke? Here's how you clean him. Grab the body of the fish, pull on the head, and the innards will come out completely, you see? Now reach inside, and there's a cuttle bone inside. Look at this. Look at this. Looks like a piece of plastic. Is that amazing? And then you squeeze the fish and take out the gelatin that's inside, and sometimes ink will come out. You see? Look at the ink that's in this. You know, he squirts ink about when he's frightened or worried, and certainly he's a frightening creature in his own right. He's very ugly. But squid are only ugly to us. To other squid, they're gorgeous. So don't worry about it. Let me cut some up now for you for some deep-fried squid. Check my oil here. I don't want that to be too hot. When it certainly is. Let's move it off. We're going to deep fry the squid. Very simple method, very old, very Greek. And I have a bowl of squid here that I've already prepared and cleaned. And we'll cut the squid into that one's been torn. Let's not use him. He looks a little strange here. I want you to see the whole thing from scratch. We'll use there we are. You see,
Land. Here comes Claus.
All right, come on. We got about 1 million houses to get to. Let's get going. Come on, right now. Come on, move it. Come on.
Hey, wait a minute, fat man. Daughter and I have been doing some talking. 24 hours straight with no break and no overtime. That sucks.
Yeah, that's right. Sucks. We want regular time the first 8 hours, time and a half the second 8 hours, and double time the third 8 hours, okay? We think that's
Oh, you're
fair.
breaking my heart here. You guys get 364 days off a year. You know, come on. What is this, Boeing? Come on, let's get going. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
There we are. Now we'll put in a shot of garlic, just a little bit of ginger to taste, a smidgen of garlic as soon as I can find my press here. And this is a great one for your kids because they'll enjoy folding the paper. You make an interesting little bag. Okay, lots of garlic in this one. And because it does have so much garlic in it, we're going to add a pinch of brown sugar just to sweeten the thing. And I have some brown sugar right here. Just a pinch of brown sugar, you see? There, careful, that's plenty. And a couple of chopped green onions. Keep your fingers bent under when you chop, remember? Keep them bent under. Don't stick them out. Ooh, it's gone. Besides, it makes a mess in the chicken. No, you don't want to do that. Okay. We'll marinate this for just a few minutes. Now let me show you how to fold these. Okay? We need some more parchment paper, and we're going to cut it into 4-inch squares. Oh, the leeks are gorgeous. Now, I want you to watch this carefully. It's very simple. Once you catch on to the principle, we're going to fold the paper in 5 times. We're going to fold it first, once above this middle line, you see? Okay? The bottom goes above the middle line. We're making a little diaper is what we're doing. If you know how to fold diapers, you can sure do chicken in paper, let me tell you. Okay, and we're going to do it in the outs to the other side, like so, you see? Then we fold this up to the top, and then the envelope flap comes down, pinch the sides. We now have an envelope, you see? We open the envelope up, like so, put the chicken in, and then fold him back up. Now let's go through the folding again, see? 1, the bottom up, past the center line. 2, 3, 4, 5. Got it? Okay, now let's put some chicken in it. And they're all set to go. Put a little chicken in. Don't forget a chunk of onion. That's what makes it yummy. And fold him up. You have to fold him before you put the chicken in. You have to fold the paper first, pre-fold, you see. Otherwise, you'll never be able to work when it's this wet.
True story, the phone call that every family fears.
She was attacked this morning, and she was raped.
Hey, Caleb, pass me the corn pops.
Where next, Caddy?
Right, sir. Oh, no, I want my Kellogg's corn pops. Stay calm.
Let's go, son.
Coming. Go. Leave out my corn pops. Are you serious? Oh, like sweet popcorn, there's never enough. And now I have to lug this bag on an empty tank and shag balls for this divot head who thinks I'm his son while they get the pops. Hey, somebody get me out of this.
Yes. Kellogg's Corn Pops is part of this complete breakfast.
I gotta have my pops.
Beneath the sea to challenge the unknown. When the forces of nature erupt, the ocean floor opens up, hurling 5 men and 1 woman 15 miles straight down to a place that exists on no map and yet holds the key to man's future. Latitude 0. Where the past merges with the present to predict the future.
The Alpha launched June 21st, 1805.
Since you question everything, I don't expect you to believe there's so much of anything else you're about to see. I am 204 years old. south is northeast of you, and course for latitude 0.
Those are torpedoes.
Sage missiles.
Well, do something, will you?
At latitude 0, good battles evil, using the incredible weapons of tomorrow.
Activate your elevation belts.
I've seen pictures of the moon that looked a lot more inviting.
Right. Say, Captain, you ever been here before?
First time.
Well, that's great. How do we find Dr. O'Connor?
We'll have to search. Could be in that tower.
Live an adventure beyond your wildest imagination as mankind fights for its very survival. Share every exciting moment of the incredible world of Latitude 0, where man's future explodes 15 miles beneath the Earth.
You got the dress from Penny. And at an even better price. On sale? Better. How? Connections.
With AT&T Opportunity Calling, you too have connections. While making your usual calls with AT&T Long Distance, you can now save at JCPenney. You can also save on appliances, even airfare. Look in our new catalog. You'll find lots of new ways to help your long-distance dollar go further than ever. AT&T Opportunity Calling. Another
Wednesday on Cheers. What's the secret of Sam's appeal?
He holds the world's record for stuffing beer nuts up his nose.
And on Night Court, Dan needs a date.
Run for your lives, girls!
Then on St. Elsewhere,
I won't give Barbara up.
the Craigs fight to keep their granddaughter.
Come Home Wednesday.
Last. RCA portable CD player, $36. Hot Wheels motorized XV racers, $5 each. 4-in-1 universal remote, $7. Megabyte robotic hound droid, $15. Sharp 34K organizer, $5. GE 900 megahertz phone, $20.
Yeah. All right, bye. Hey, take care of yourself. All right.
Listen to me, you backwoods. You got about 2 seconds to get the sheriff out of here. I'm going to kick the damn door in. Okay?
Trying to develop leads on the Klansmen that he suspects were responsible for the disappearance of the 3 missing men, Hackman cultivates local contacts.
Simple fact is, Anderson, we got 2 cultures down here. White culture and the colored culture. Now, that's the way it always has been. That's the way it always will be.
The rest of America don't see it that way, Mr. Mayor.
The rest of America don't mean jack. You in Mississippi now.
That's for sure.
And there you see part of a performance that's typical of Gene Hackman's greatness as the kind of actor who can convince us of the utter authenticity of his characters. Mississippi Burning is a lot more than simply a movie about a missing persons case. A lot of the film has to do with the very subtle development of a personal relationship between Hackman and a local woman played by Frances McDormand as the browbeaten wife of a local racist. She has supplied her husband's alibi for the murders, but will she change her testimony? A lot depends on the gentle way that the tough Hackman tries to understand her, as in fact, he seems to be almost falling in love with her. Mississippi Burning was directed by Alan Parker, one of the best and most interesting directors of the last decade. His credits range all the way from Midnight Express to Fame to Shoot the Moon, and here he has made the best film I've ever seen about the turbulent civil rights movement of the early 60s. It's quite a movie.
I think it's a very strong movie, and I go down the line with you on the performances as distinguishing material. We've seen lots of pictures about 2 different kinds of cops paired together, so that is not new. In fact, when the movie started out, I thought, here comes formula. But these 2 actors, Hackman, of course, you've talked about. Let me focus on Willem Dafoe, because when you said Willem Dafoe's name, you said you might remember him as a sergeant from Platoon. But this man is now quite a presence himself.
Yes, he is.
Because he has the last...
NBC's regular programs will not be seen this morning because live from the heart of New York City, we kick off the holiday season with Macy's 66th Annual Thanksgiving Day Parade.
The test of your dishwashing liquid isn't dishes. It's those last greasy pots and pans.
Don't quit on me now.
Talking out. By the time you get to the really tough grease, most leading brands just can't cut it. But there's one that can. New Dawn. Improved, definitely. Look, the suds actually come back. A signal that New Dawn still has the power to cut the toughest grease. New Dawn. We cut it when they can't.
I'm sick of waiting. I'm calling the owner of Burger King. Kathy, give me the number for the owner of Burger King. It's what? An overseas call? England? Oh, that's right. Burger King is owned by an English company. That explains everything. We kicked their butt 200 years ago, and now they're using microwaves to reheat their Whopper meat to get even with us. It's so obvious. Burger King is owned by an English company. That's why it's called Burger King.
Uh-oh, he wants to talk to you. But what about your breath? There, the only mints with that Retsin stuff for fresh, clean breath.
Good book?
Very.
He's gonna ask you out. But what are you gonna wear?
Great. I don't plug anybody, but I'm cracking up over this one. You see how ingenious that is? The sawdust goes in the bottom. Put that on a normal burner, electric or gas. You can even put it outside on your barbecue if you want to smoke it while you're cooking something else. Then the drip pan goes in, and then the rack on which the food goes so that the dripping food doesn't put out the sawdust, etc., etc., etc. Do you understand what I'm saying? And the lid goes on the top. It's a marvelous gadget. Okay, let me get the salmon. Why do I keep calling them salmon? Because I'm from Seattle, Tacoma, that's why. And we eat salmon, but these are lake-grown trout that I just bought at the market, and they're just beautiful. And smoked, oh, and no problem. I just put them in there, cook them for about 15 or 20 minutes on medium heat, when it began to smoke, and we're done. One other thing we need to have a proper barbecue, and that, of course, is a first-class salad. And you have a meal. I wouldn't invite the Queen of England in. I don't know that she likes barbecue, but I'd certainly invite in everybody else. That's the nature of good barbecue. It is an American concept because we claimed it in the South, we claimed it in Texas, and we've actually been doing it since the time of the colonies. So today, I've cooked for you barbecued spare ribs, slow, 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 slow. Remember the jail charge. I've also cooked a big pork shoulder roast in the style of Virginia or North Carolina, and you rip it up and put on the sauce later. We cooked some vegetables and shrimp on a stick. Not ice cream, but shrimp on a stick. We cooked some chickens with rosemary and marsala, and a pot roast, according to Uncle Lester Baskin, with a bit of mustard and soy sauce on it. Wonderful. And finally, we smoked some trout. We did nothing more. We didn't even put salt on it. We simply put it in the pan. Well, I think this was hickory sawdust, and we smoked it. And when those are cold, I know you can eat them warm and enjoy them, but when those are cold, with a little bit of mayonnaise and a light green salad and a glass of Chablis and someone you love, whew, we're talking eating. That's what we do. Hi, welcome again to Three Ancient Cuisines. Today we're going to talk about bread as it occurs in, or did occur, in ancient China, Greece, and Rome. I have a loaf of bread in my hand that goes back maybe 1,500 years in terms of old recipes. It's from Rome. Let's talk about that. I'm really excited about the history of bread because bread has always been a symbol of the staff of life, or it's been a symbol of life itself. We use the word bread and life kind of simultaneously in our culture, and always have, because we've lived on grain for so long. Once we began to be an agricultural society in Europe and in Greece and in the Middle East and in Africa, bread became terribly, terribly important. It's wonderful stuff. Where did it come from? We don't really know, but about 7,000 BC, are you ready for that? We find ovens in the Middle East. So bread is at least 9,000 years old. Bread as we know it. Wonderful, wonderful things. And 3,000 years BC, or 5,000 years ago, there were ovens. We see pictures of ovens, raised breads in the pyramids, and also in Pompeii in Italy. So in Egypt and in Italy, raised bread was common. But I think, again, I have to toot the horn for Greece. I think the credit for what we call European bread with seeds and flavors and a whole wheat in it and honeys and all kinds of wonderful things, really has to go to Greece. It was the Greek baker who learned to do that first. He used to use everything, barley, rice flour, all sorts of wonderful things. And then, when the Romans invaded Greece, they took with them, back to Rome, the Greek bakers. So about 600, 700 BC, we see wonderful breads in Greece, but it was not until about 300 BC.
What is your location? Over in the plant. Oh, big smile.
Cell phone, cool. This is Red Roger 6, come in. But I thought I was Red Roger 6. No, you are Red Roger's dorky companion.
Sign up now and get a Nokia digital phone for only a penny plus 2,000 bonus minutes.
Hey, when are you going to move out of Mom's house?
This summer, put Cadillac Seville's amazing performance to the test and get a lesson in power and control. Then put our lease to the test. Lease a new 99 Seville for just $549 a month. Call for complete lease details. You'll even get a 3-year SmartCare basic maintenance contract at no extra charge. So drive a Seville today and put Cadillac to the test.
Legend has it, in my household, that when the family dines together, the last delicacy must always be reserved for the ghost of...
Great moment with MLB Extra Innings from DirecTV. To order, visit us at directvsports.com.
It's simple. It's easy. Get the best pay-per-view movies in the comfort of your home with Blockbuster Ticket, only on DirecTV. You can order from a huge selection of new titles every week. With frequent start times and digital technology, you get immediate movie satisfaction any time of day. And you never need to pick up the phone. Just order using your remote. For complete listings, consult your on-screen guide, starting at Channel 100. Blockbuster Ticket, only on DirecTV, the most convenient choice for the newest movies.
Fresher laundry then? Baking soda. Now Arm & Hammer dials up fresh, all the way to our freshest ever. With clean sensations from Arm & Hammer. Boosted with baking soda, plus scents inspired by nature. It gives you the brilliant clean you expect from Arm & Hammer. And a vibrant new level of freshness that lasts. So dial up freshness all the way to our freshest with the Clean Sensations collection from Arm & Hammer. Love it or your money back.
And bones, I can't leave them alone. Gotta live in herbs and spices, but the recipe's unknown. Love that delectable taste, that had a delighted moan. 10 pieces, $8.99, eat them wherever I roam. How good is that?
The following footage was recently obtained by Sci-Fi.
Mark, you got a bug there on your hand.
Get to the car! Matt, get out of here! Go!
Get the whole story at sci-fi.com.
Bother me, no fly, don't bother me.
T-bone steak. Yum, yum. Hand sandwich. Ouch! Is it food? Food! Food! Beans, beans, beans! Nothing but beans. I'm sick of beans. Beans for breakfast, beans for lunch, beans for dinner. Always it's beans. Boy, what I could do to a nice juicy steak, or a slice of baked ham, or some roast duck. Roast duck, that's it. Oh, for that foul taste in my mouth once again. Hark!
Isn't that? Jack the Giant Slayer, rated PG-13, in Real D, 3D, and IMAX 3D, March 1st.
New from Lego Marvel Superheroes. The evil Loki has unleashed an alien invasion. Assemble the Avengers. Activate your superhero powers to protect the city. New from Lego Marvel Superheroes. Each set sold separate.
Nancy, an experienced coffee consumer, approaches her hot Starbucks coffee. After ensuring that the lid is securely fastened to the cup, she locates the small pre-punched hole near the edge of the plastic. Smart Nancy realizes that this is the hole through which the hot coffee will flow when the cup device is inverted. She then carefully aligns the hole with her lips, inverts the cup device, and takes a small sip, remembering at all times that coffee is hot. Nancy is a wise consumer of Starbucks coffee. Ned, on the other hand, is confused and frightened by the plastic lid on his cup of hot Starbucks coffee. Therefore, Ned removes the lid and, forgetting that coffee is a hot beverage, proceeds to pour the coffee into his crotch. Screaming in pain, Ned then calls his attorney. Ned is an idiot.
The flavor is difficult to define, but try this.
Sega TV interviews box.
Hey, Damon Hill, what you gonna do if I tell everyone you ain't quick enough to play Sonic Chaos? Ooh, too slow again.
To be this quick, take Sega.
Why are we so hard on ourselves? Why do we put more meat in our lasagna than the government says we have to? If the government doesn't require it, why do we use only 100% lean ground chuck for our Salisbury steak? And if the government says 2 months is long enough to age cheddar, why do we age ours 5 times longer? Why? Because we're stofers, and people expect us to be better than the rest.
For a scare. What's this? Duh, it's a rotting corpse on a hospital gurney. And you come in here to this chain link maze, and this wasn't here a minute ago, and...
What is this? What's going on here?
What's going on is that your voice acting is kind of killing the mood. But this wasn't here a minute ago, and all of a sudden these little dog people are trying to drink out of your hose, and the crap camera angles make it so you can't see anything. I hate these games. The worst part is that damn radio. Whenever I hear the sound of that radio, I freak. Bummer. Pterodactyl is eating my head.
Hey, mister! Wanna play with me?
And kids always freak me out.
Hey, mister! You wanna wrestle?
Doom was scary. Now, for all you youngsters out there, I know you don't believe me, but in the olden days, this stuff really scared people. I mean, they were Hell's minions. Hell's pixelated minions. Scary! Now, the #1 scariest moment in video game history. The day you discover the trance vibrator in Rez. At first, you think it's pretty cool.
Ooh, it vibrates to the beat.
Then you discover it has a washable cover.
Washable cover? Ew! Ew!
Did you notice that most of your games weren't actually scary?
I told you I'm not really into scared games because they kind of scare me, actually.
Then why did you do something called Let's Play Talk on Scary Games?
Because I wanted to do something for the Halloween show.
Okay, and why were there only 9?
I don't know, I got distracted.
Distracted by what?
10?
Coming up, the simple joys of Forgotten Realms Demon Stone.
I could do that all day.
Now these other ladies know us as Buffy and Hildegard.
But they also know us as Kip and Henry, Buffy and Hildy's brothers.
Hey, you told me to call? So can I stay for another hour or so? 11. Okay, Mom.
Let your kids be who they are, but know what they're doing.
This baby is going to have a very special year of first steps, first words, first smiles. And none of these firsts will ever happen again. Now, if you were this baby's parents, which film would you choose? No other film in the world gives you truer color than Kodacolor Gold film.
Gentlemen, it's the film industry's hottest new couple, the Duncan Duo.
Thank you, but the real stars are the coffee and donut.
Dunkin' Donuts fresh-made coffee and donut are playing a major role in the movies because when you buy 12 Dunkin' Duos, you'll get a free ticket to the movies.
And most of all, I'd like to thank Chocolate Frosted Vanilla Cream Glaze.
So treat yourself to our coffee and donuts, and we'll treat you to the movies.
Here's to fathers and sons. First time driving.
It says we need to floss more often.
I use floss all the time.
Me too. I love floss. Gotta get between those teeth and check out this new toothbrush.
Introducing the Crest Extender. It's inspired by floss with gentle extender fibers to help clean deep between teeth.
So in between flossing, we get between teeth with this.
The new Crest Extender fits between to get teeth clean.
Lisa Left Eye Lopez, Eric Benet, and Tamia host the Soul Train Music Awards.
Tonight at 8 on Washington's WB50.
Nanu. Shoutbat.
These sessions are mandatory for all staff, Sister Anne.
My mother struggled with depression.
Annie, honey, can I come in?
But even as a child, I knew it was
Annie, open the door, please.
more.
Let me in, Annie! Let me in!
My mother talked about hearing that voice inside.
Weren't these the ones that were supposed to be rigged? Oh, crud. Well, pay no attention to my throbbing hand. Just pay attention to the man in this next clip.
The Iceman cometh. The Iceman breaketh. The Iceman falleth.
The wonder a child shows experiencing snow for the first time is matched only by the complete geekiness of an animal experiencing snow for the first time. And we can back up that statement. Release the animals, please.
Boy, I love the snow. It's great. Oh, come on, throw something. I got a desire to fetch. Come on. Oh, boy, this is good. Oh, a giant frisbee. All right. Oh, yeah. Throw it again. This time without the kid on it, okay? Oh, golly, it's cold. Well, I begged them to take me to Hawaii. I'm gonna scarf somebody. Will you stop laughing and give me some galoshes? How about a little eggnog? That'd be nice. Warm it up, would you?
Here's a house cat hunting the wild toboggan. As a little kid, I remember living next door to a very nice family named the Katzes. Now, the Katzes taught their children to share all their belongings with each other. A very good lesson indeed. Well, here come two more Katzes sharing with each other.
Wow. Give me that. Hey, give it to me. Knock it off. We're supposed to share. We're supposed to share? Didn't your mother ever teach you manners? Give it to me. Hey, we had the same mother. Oh, yeah? How is she? She's fine.
BuyAToyota.com. Our showroom in your home. Log on.
All the world over so easy to see. People everywhere just wanna be free.
Downtown Carmel. As a registered pharmacist, people often ask me to recommend a safe, inexpensive product to help them stop smoking. And the one I always tell them about is Cigarest, because it's the one plan I know that works. It worked for just about everybody I've recommended it to.
Yes, Cigarest, the #1 non-prescription smoking deterrent program available today, does work. It's non-addictive, safe, and proven by thousands of folks all over the country who have quit smoking. Listen.
It seemed to work really easy for me.
I expected to see more withdrawal, and there wasn't.
I didn't gain weight.
I have no desire to smoke now. That's the big difference.
It was affordable, and it was worth a try. Money back guaranteed.
Well, you heard it. The Cigarest plan worked for them, and it'll work for you, too.
It worked.
It was very easy.
And you don't need a prescription to try this common-sense self-help approach to break the smoking habit.
So call our toll-free number and order the Cigarest plan now. Kick the habit once and for all and start enjoying a healthier, smoke-free, tobacco-free life.
Feels good.
You got to quit sometime along the line.
It's been no problem to quit. I actually did it because of the cost involved. Spending a great deal of money each week on cigarettes.
I feel a lot better now because I know he'll be around to watch my little boy grow up.
Cigarest is guaranteed to work for you, or the company will refund your purchase price. You've nothing to lose. If you want to stop smoking, I strongly recommend you give the Cigarest plan a try.
Yes, Cigarest is guaranteed to work for you or your money back. To order yours, call toll-free 1-800-441-2929 or send $19.95 plus $4 postage and handling to Cigarest, Box 4444, Carlsbad, California, 92008. Or call our toll-free number and order the Cigarest plan now. That's 1-800-441-2929. It's the #1 non-prescription smoking deterrent program available today. Call 1-800-441-2929 now.
In the end zone. You got to get the ball in the end zone.
Byron Walker, the intended receiver. Kevin Ross was there. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Gilbert looking to the sidelines. Of course, the play signaled in from the sideline.
You know, Sam, you wonder what the complexion of this game would have been if it were on a dry field in perfect conditions. How much the conditions really bothered Seattle.
Well, I think the conditions had a factor, but I really think that Seattle has made some mistakes, and they really haven't done the job they planned to do offensively. I think Kansas City would have done the same thing under good field conditions.
This is Seattle's 53rd pass attempt. Sprinkler, 5-yard line. Craig threw 38 times, and now Gilbert has thrown 15 times.
That's not a Chuck Knox offense, throwing the ball over 50 times in the game.
And it'll be first down goal to go. And the ball right at the 5-yard line.
You know, Gilbert's going to have a great percentage completion record on this and a good rating, and those ratings being based on completion. But it really is so meaningless in a situation like that.
Well, what he did right now is like Dean Smith's four-corner offense for Kansas City. They're killing the clock.
5-yard line. Oh, look at Durancher. Said the tip I got by me too soon. Dornick, the intended receiver.
Deron Cherry could have almost intercepted 5 or 6 passes today. See, there's Gilbert right now, and he's forcing the ball. He sees Dornick coming over the middle, and there's a herd of red jerseys right in the middle of that whole pack, and Gail Gilbert is a young quarterback, and he forced the ball.
Grand Am's great. Well, what happened to the Accord? Yeah. I found out what the Accord really costs. With air, automatic, anti-lock brakes, $19,500. Whoa. Huh? They weren't talking to me. Really? Wow. The Grand Am, they don't give that away. Air, automatic, standard anti-lock brakes, $5,000 less than the Accord. 5 less? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what that means a month? Got me into a new car.
What are you going to do with the money?
Eat.
Analysts, Batman Beyond Action toys are now at Burger King. Show me everything. You can collect 8 toys in all, one with every tasty Burger King Big Kids meal you buy. Taste rule. The block, comfy, cozy, buffy.
Matt enjoyed the hot beaches of Rio. Today, we found him at the markets of Marrakesh, Morocco. Where will he be tomorrow? Find out only on Today on NBC.
Liz Hurley's first Hollywood outing since becoming a mother. Then, Mark Wahlberg on his turbulent past.
I have nightmares about going back to prison.
Also, we deliver the Friends season finale, plus Reese Witherspoon. Next, Texas Hollywood.
Tonight at 7:30 on NBC4.
Eye drops. They're all pretty much alike, but one stands apart. It's Visine, the only one recommended by pharmacists 4-to-1 over any other brand. Visine's formula is so effective, it used to be available only by prescription. So effective, it gives you 100% of the relief you need. Your pharmacist knows, and now you do too. Visine, it gets the red out.
We will be right back.
We've heard there's another big orange cartoon cat besides Heathcliff. Well, when you're this big and this orange and this much cat, it's not surprising you have imitators. Choose the original, Heathcliff. Saturday morning at 7:30 on BAM TV. What do you think of the new McDLT?
It will revolutionize public transportation.
Not sure what the new McDLT really is? Keep watching. You'll put it all together.
Sara Lee introduces Bagel Time Bagels. The bagels you want to take time to eat.
Eat 'em slow, eat 'em slow. Come on, Mom, eat 'em slow. Take your time, take your time. Oh, that'll lose your mind.
Leave it to Sara Lee to make Bagel Time. The bagels that are big, crusty, and chewy.
Come on, Papa, eat 'em slow, oh, yeah.
Of life. Tech TV, the new television network about technology.
Here right now.
Tech TV, television about technology.
You'll just love old Virginia goodies like apple sauce, apple butter, tomato juice, apple juice, and the famous old Virginia preserves and jellies.
In the biggest game of the season.
That's the kind of play we need.
Along with a healthy diet and regular exercise, taking Zocor every day helped significantly lower my total cholesterol.
Zocor is a prescription medication and is not right for everyone, including women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant, or people with liver problems. Your doctor may do blood tests to check for liver problems, because serious side effects can result. Tell your doctor about any muscle pain or weakness you experience while on Zocor, and about any medicines you are taking.
When diet and exercise are not enough, talk to your doctor about Zocor. Take care of yourself. It's your future. Be there.
Your doctor cared about your health then. He cares about it now. Ask about Xenical.
Even under stress, Arid can help stop your worst-smelling sweat. Arid, powerful protection against your worst-smelling sweat.
House meats are smoked with real smoke from real wood that's on real fire. Then we make them into these real sandwiches. Arby's, we have the meats.
God! It's okay. It's all right. It does this once in a while. There's a trick to it. It's okay. We'll go. Come on. Every year, these final Fantasians are said to meet in the same geographic location to spawn. Get out of the passing lane, you cow!
According to legend, this species gathers in the same hidden location each year to celebrate their love of the online role-playing game Final Fantasy XI. I could tell we were getting close.
Oh there! What's this? A Fantasian dropping. Here in the wild. Extremely rare. Eureka! Eureka! Eureka!
Eureka! I had found it.
Come on! Come on already!
Behold, the final Fantasians. Look at them. Their magnificent garments clearly a reflection of their in-game persona. I knew the next step was to approach a small tribe at their primary activity area and find out more about this breed's parallel universe, the magical realm of Vanadiel.
How is everyone doing tonight? So you live in Vanadiel? Yes. But you're all here now.
I noticed two recurring themes that kept driving them back to their fantasy world. The shared sense of community and the ability to become exactly what one wished to be.
So you have rings that make you smarter. Yeah. So I've heard tale of these tantalizing feminine cat creatures. What are these things?
Mithra, yes.
So all of the Mithra are hot?
Just gorgeous.
Do you think they would marry a human anthropologist?
Yes.
Fantastic.
As if by divine providence, I managed to spot a small cabal of these Mithra huddled around a space heater. I approached cautiously in the name of science.
This is my Final Fantasy, I can tell you that. Is the tail functional?
It's so I can hit people with it when they're bad.
Would you consider me to be exceptionally naughty?
As I continued my exploration, I stumbled upon my own personal portal into Vanadiel.
Check personally signed by me when you move up to Mr. Coffee.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Here they come.
Star Wars.
Coming in too fast.
If the plot of Last House on the Left sounds at all familiar, that may be because this low-budget American horror film is based on a famous film called The Virgin Spring, a 1959 classic by the great Swedish director Ingmar Bergman. Bergman set his story in medieval times, but Wes Craven, who directed Last House, moves it up to the contemporary suburbs and tells it with a flat, realistic style that's all the more effective. Slasher movies usually offend me because nobody in them seems to believe the evil is real. In this movie, they do.
I like the idea of a film that has a flat kind of horror to it. In fact, the next one that I'm going to recommend is precisely that. I just thought this picture went over the top. I was repulsed by it. It didn't, that can happen, and it happened to me. It's simply that. I thought it was really crude and didn't have a sense of spirit.
For example, there
shouldn't be anything joyful about a murdering gang of thugs.
But there was something really desperate about a scene at the end of the movie where the father uses that Rube Goldberg device I was talking about. He's trying to electrify one of the killers, and he's got a combination of electricity and a screen door and some shaving cream. And to me, there was something really impressive about the lengths to which he was willing to go, the desperation of somebody in that situation.
I was turned off from the film well before that at the point. I just thought it was just overdone, and I didn't see anything artful about the method of the killing and the way it was shot. Our next film is The Honeymoon Killers, a quirky slice of death picture based on a true story of a nurse and a gigolo who posed as sister and brother and managed to trick lonely old women into marrying the guy, at which point they would be murdered for their money. Shirley Stoller plays the nurse, Tony LoBianco, the gigolo. This picture's well back before they became well-known stars back in 1970. And here's their M.O. as they flatter an old woman he's met through a Lonely Hearts Club correspondence.
Oh, it's beautiful, Janice. And I made it myself. Don't you think it's cute? I do think it's adorable.
Good evening and welcome to the John Report. I'm John. Here's my report. Federal Way residents are petitioning to change the name of their city. Alternate names proposed so far include My God, What Have We Done? And Mercer Island. Microsoft plans Yakima. It's going to wreak havoc on the tourist trade. Cortez Kennedy is the Seahawks' 300-pound lineman. He says he's not a big eater, he's just a big man. My feeling is, whatever you say, Mr. Kennedy. A recent poll indicates that people across the state feel the most important issues today are environment and crime. On Mercer Island, the top two concerns were tainted Perrier and gardeners who listen to rap music. An environmentalist called the president of Exxon pig-headed. The company's spokesman objected to that description, saying he's actually jowl-faced and crotchety. Robert Fulgham, author of All I Need to Know, I Learned in Kindergarten, and It Was on Fire When I Lay Down on It, has just published a new book of his folksy philosophy. This one is titled, Life's a Bitch and Then You Die. Finally, the Mariner Moose's real identity came to light this week when it was revealed that the moose is actually former Washington State Governor Dixie Lee Ray. This has been the John Report.
combination.
In every bag.
Skittles.
Of Skittles bite-sized candy.
Let's do this one bag at a time.
Well, there's strawberry. We got lemon
Or a grapeful.
and berry lime.
Berry lime.
Look, this is how it works. Okay.
Well, then there's drop a Santa.
Banana Melbourne. Drop banana.
Cassberry.
Good.
See, every Skittles combination
Is a new taste with a new name.
Well, for example,
Maple sour apple cherry.
lemon Melbourne
Or
lime.
lemon Melbourne lime.
Lemon Melbourne lime?
So how many combinations are there? Hello. Find out for yourself.
Taste the rainbow.
But don't forget the wild Fruber, okay?
Where's the orange juice? Here it is.
You know, this happens every year. You'd think we get a little more organized.
Through with this?
Voila.
That looks great. But don't even think you're done helping. Here, put those in there.
Done.
Okay, ready?
Let's go.
Grab the hors d'oeuvres. Ta-da!
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Do you need some money?
No, I do not need any money. Thank you very much.
Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan re-team for the romantic comedy You've Got Mail, one of the 5 big holiday movies we're going to be reviewing this week on Siskel and Ebert. I'm Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times.
And I'm Gene Siskel of the Chicago Tribune. In You've Got Mail, which could be called Quarreling in New York, America's favorite movie couple, the impossibly good Tom Hanks and the impossibly cute Meg Ryan, have awakened from their dreams in Seattle and now play computer pen pals, not knowing their real-life identities or that they are actually bitter business rivals. Hanks is the boss of his family's business, an ever-expanding chain of mega bookstores, and his newest book emporium threatens to crush Ryan's friendly little children's bookshop around the corner. So they unknowingly have a crush on each other as they fight.
You were spying on me, weren't you? You probably rented those children.
Why would I spy on you?
Because I am your competition, which you know perfectly well, or you would not have put up that sign just around the corner.
And Greg Kinnear, in another good performance as the other man, plays Ryan's newspaper columnist boyfriend.
The inventor of the Superstore, of course. The enemy of the mid-list novel, the destroyer of city books.
In the 1940 version of this story, The Shop Around the Corner, the romantic lead was played by Jimmy Stewart, to whom Hanks is often compared. The similarity? Their decency. We immediately want their characters to get whatever they want. And here, of course, it's Meg Ryan.
I'm sniffling, and I'm not really awake, and I'm taking echinacea and vitamin C. I'm sleeping practically 24 hours a day. I have a temperature, and I think I'm contagious, so...
What I like about Mars Attacks is everything involving the Martians. It's very clear that director Tim Burton, who has always defended the oddballs in his movies, like Edward Scissorhands, Batman Returns, and Ed Wood, he really likes the Martian creatures here much more than the Earthlings. He lampoons most everything on Earth, and the Martians are always portrayed as literally having a blast. I like that subversive approach, and on that basis, I enjoyed Mars Attacks.
I didn't like it at all, Gene.
At all?
Not really. The problem is that the concept, well, let's go at it 2 ways. First of all, the concept probably sounded funnier than it is. Oh, we'll get Jack Nicholson to be the president, and he'll play a dual role. Well, that's terrific, except he's not funny in either role, and they're not well written. In fact, none of the roles are well written. Then you have the creatures, and obviously Burton spent a lot of time on these creatures, and as a result, he leaves them on the screen too long. I mean, when one creature, little head pops and fills the inside of his space helmet with green oatmeal, that's kind of amusing.
Yeah.
When it happens 1,000 times, it's not 1,000 times more amusing. This just drags on and on. There's no payoff. You've got to have a story. You've got to have an orientation. You've got to have material to make it fun.
I supplied the orientation. I think that's what the movie is really about. That he likes these creatures more than the creatures on Earth. But you're right that there isn't a hard-driving story here, and the Strangelove stuff really just shows you how brilliant that film was.
You know, his last movie, which was so good, was Ed Wood, and I think maybe this time he was trying to make an Ed Wood movie.
No. This is not that bad, and the creatures are a lot of fun, and there's some very funny stuff.
Ed Wood would have certainly been able to understand this film. Okay, next movie, and our next movie is a delicate and touching drama about dying, titled Marvin's Room. Based on a stage play, it stars Diane Keaton and Meryl Streep in the story of 2 sisters who meet for the first time in 20 years after Keaton discovers she has leukemia and that only close relatives can provide a possible bone marrow transplant. In this scene, her younger sister arrives from Ohio with her 2 sons in tow. They're played by Leonardo DiCaprio and Hal Scardino.
Hey, did your Aunt Bessie offer you a tip yet? Oh, that's what they're there for. Yeah, but he has
Good filmmaker, and there are promising characters here, but he lays on the style so relentlessly that they're smothered. I guess maybe the dreamy tone of the dialogue is supposed to suggest being on heroin, but the effect for me was too much the same and monotonous. When I think back on those 2 earlier films, which were so vital and alive, I can't consider Illtown an advance for Gomez. He deserves credit for trying, but his experiment is so top-heavy with style that the characters get muffled.
I enjoyed the picture, and because of the style. I think the style is absolutely appropriate. You talk about sleepwalking and, you know, muddled, dark backgrounds and all that. They're on drugs. This picture is an interesting anti-drug film, because what he is out there on the streets finding, and he's done this with his other pictures, he's finding who's doing this stuff. Francis Truffaut once said, it's hard that films always argue for the behavior that they show, so it would be hard to make an anti-drug film if you show, you know, people taking drugs. This guy makes it work.
I felt there was the stuff of a story there. If the style hadn't been put between the story and me.
Yeah, and I thought the style was absolutely appropriate. Later in the show, we'll take a closer look at 2 movies grabbing headlines. Coming up next, a detective and a mobster go after each other's children in the shoot-'em-up called The Replacement Killer.
The game is a shocking conclusion. Use your brain or lose your mind.
Burn Cycle, the CD-ROM action-adventure game.
On sale in software stores now.
Introducing 1-800-MUSIC Now. Sample and buy your favorite music right over the phone. You call, you listen, you like, you buy.
Everybody, I'm Greg Kinnear. Tonight on Later, my guest Danny Elfman tells me how he and his brother started out in show business.
I started out on the streets, and I played trombone and did fire breathing with an acrobat. The 2 of us did, so we would be blowing big fireballs up in the air.
Yeah, I started out the same way, with the exception of the acrobat, the fire breathing, and the trombone. Funny, huh?
Cannons. Forward laser. Mandibles. Omni lasers. Proton cannons. Buzzsaw. Omni laser. Broadside rockets. Tri-laser. Questar. Crulos by Tormeco. The evil Rulons are tired of playing games.
You are finished, Questar.
They want the Dino Riders time key.
Your brother eats flies, Krulos.
The greatest battle in the history of the universe is about to begin. Tyrannosaurus Rex and Diplodocus with motorized walking action, and Monoclonius, each with figures and battle gear. Dino Riders.
Into Kirchhoff's law, which is merely an extension of Ohm's law. How is that, sir?
Level of this, just beneath this veneer of respectability, is utter madness.
They've taken perfectly believable characters and thrown a pig among them. I mean, that's what's happened. The pig that's going to die.
That kind of sums it up.
And then there's more stuff in it. There's the great thing about all these people rooting for this dinner. This dinner is very important to this town, and they want to be the chairman of the dinner committee and all that. And you know that's dead on and accurate.
And it's absolute patriotism. They want to honor the Queen by breaking the law.
Fabulous. Well, so much for a private function. Let's recap our reactions to all the movies on this show. We split widely on Bobby Ross's Heartbreakers. I thought the characters were jerks. Roger found their story and the supporting characters worthwhile. Neither one of us cared for the English thriller The Hit, too obscure for its own good. 2 downturned thumbs from us. And 2 more negative reactions to Louis Malle's insufferably noble Alamo Bay with its first-grade civics lesson. And we agreed that the English comedy A Private Function was a flat-out winner. 2 thumbs up and a lot of laughs for that one. So A Private Function is the one that I really like.
A Private Function, and I think maybe this, you know, they're going to remake The Lady Killers. I don't know if they'll ever be able to remake that picture, but this might bring back the whole idea of the eccentric British comedy.
I hope so.
Next week, we're going to look at Lady Hawk, a romantic sword and sorcery adventure starring Matthew Broderick. That's next time, and until then, we'll see you out.
We now return to the real Ghostbuster.
Where Where's everybody going with all the good vegetables?
The Giant's making stuffing.
Stuffing?
New stuffing originals.
Make dinner special, make it great. Green Giant stuffing, just can't wait. Celery, onions, seasoned right. That Green Giant goodness really shows tonight.
New Stuffing Originals brand made with garden vegetables really make the meal.
That Giant's got the right stuffing.
That Green Giant goodness really shows.
Did you see